I have my non-Star Wars stream music going because I'm too lazy to change it. Also, we're live now.
We should go around the table and introduce ourselves.
Right? It hasn't been that long.
I don't remember who I am. My Tommy.
That's just because we're shuffling so many characters and you don't know whether or not you're Fred or Shaggy. No, you're definitely Shaggy.
You're a human who Dr. Payne has programmed to believe he is in charge. But in actuality, it is Dr. Payne has been pulling all of the strings.
Dr. Payne has programmed you to think you're a human too also, by the way.
Yeah, not a human.
Who's going to tell him that yet? Jeez.
Pretty sure.
Look, I can't get all the programming correct. I have just started making new life.
Oh, my teapot's still here. My rice.
Yep, for the mine and the like blood smears where like you guys Tommy gunned Gimba over here. There's like if you look behind it, there's some.
Oh yeah. Probably fixed that.
Somebody's just doing some laser projections. Which way was the shooter standing?
I hope that updated your character sheet. I don't know if I want to play with that too much more.
What's the earned XP supposed to be?
You'd have to ask Dr. Payne, as he is the only one that has updated his character sheet.
What?
He wants
the earned?
Yeah.
238.
238.
Is Randall about to become Iron Man?
No.
That tends to happen in this party. Every once in a while, one of you is like, "What's your XP?" And then the next session, it's like, "Yeah, I can do things now."
Right. I've spent an entire session in a cave building armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it turns out I'm not a peasant.
Say 245? Yeah, that's right.
I said
238.
238.
Oh. It's also right.
Earned, not
Correct.
total.
Yeah, I know. My total's much higher.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Ghost. I was making sure he knew which one to be looking at. All right, so I'm going to assume all these stim packs over here are consumed. So here's where I got you guys. You guys made it back to the Proto Shadow. The fighters were harassing the shit out of it. There was debris everywhere. A couple of Corvettes that had been attached to Gimba had been trying to gun it down. And your crew, they held their own. They got away from those guys. They did a lot of damage. They picked you guys up. The Kraken swooped in and docked with you guys the last second before you jumped to hyperspace. Not because he had to, per se, but because his ship's damaged. But you guys made a clean getaway, and as you were entering hyperspace, the explosion behind you of this giant, capital ship, takes out your foe Gimba, and you cinematically escaped the last session. Didn't exactly go down that way, but that's how we're gonna say it. And now you guys are in hyperspace. Lucy's minus an arm and a back to tank. Mr. Payne's in there with her. I put each of you on the board where I think you might have been.
Dr. Payne.
Still looking for Randall. Randall wasn't with the rest of you guys, token-wise, and I can't find him. So...
I'm at the workshop.
Oh. That's probably your backup token. I don't think I ever moved to that. I think I just copied it.
Yeah. There's a token there. That's all that really matters.
Yep, that's all that matters. You would be in the workshop. So, meta game, I just want to get this out in the front of the session. You have two ways this party can go. And this is completely meta. You could continue on and take care of Jera and or Screed, and end this storyline and, start over with new characters, new storyline next time. Or you guys can choose to get involved in the Hutt Cartel versus Zon Consortium war. And, you know, because that's what we introduced in the last session was, hey, there's this crime lord war going on, completely separate from what you guys are doing. And if that's the path that you guys want to follow, we'll continue on with this campaign rather than finishing up this arc. Because this arc was originally supposed to end. First off, this arc wasn't supposed to take this long, but I already told you guys that. But this arc was supposed to end when you guys killed Jera. That was like the whole point. So that's still an option if you guys want to do that, depending on how you feel about your characters and the story and where it goes. Alternately, you know, I have a couple ideas. I mean, either way, the next campaign will likely be some sort of crime cartel based thing. It's just, if we stop this arc, I will do that thing where I stop and say, what does the party want to do? And don't say Traveler, because, you know, not all of us are going to play Traveler, so the Edge of the Empire series is going to keep going. Although we will be doing Traveler probably next week, depending on how schedules jive.
Alright. I know I as Cyrodex, would much rather kill Jera than do anything else. Let's go through this arc.
Jera's pissed me off. I'm good with killing Jera.
Alright, we got 2 votes for that.
Yep, good.
Okay, alright. So, I will start prepping the finale. I don't have that prep today, but I will start prepping the finale. And we will get to that in 2 weeks. In the meantime, this is going to be a recovery / small stuff episode. All of you are injured to some extent or another. And you've all expended a good chunk of your supplies. And you have achieved a huge objective, but the question is, now what?
I'm repairing Lucy.
She's going to need a new arm.
Yeah, I'm consulting with Dr. Clean on the best options.
Since a good chunk of her skeleton was that droid, I'm going to say you recovered the actual arm, so if you wanted to try to recover some of the mechanical bits, you could.
Yeah, we'll recover some mechanical bits and attempt to integrate them into a new super arm.
Okay. Cybernetic then, not organic?
Yes.
Okay.
I would assume it's going to be whatever the mechanical bits work best with. I just assume those would be cybernetic.
Well, the reason I ask is because, you know, it's a different kind of check, depending on how you do it. If it's just a robot arm, you know, full-blown 100% cybernetic and not, you know, cloned organic 3D printed thing from your little tool over here, then it's going to be mechanics to build, and it's going to be medical to attach.
Yeah, I will assist the Dr. Clean in building it, and he can assist me in attaching it.
Okay, well, currently he's actually flying the ship. He's actually managed to helm the ship through that whole fight, and now he's on the bridge. So what we'll do is we'll switch over to Dex and see if he wants to come over here and have a conversation with Mr. Clean.
I will.
That's Dr. Clean.
Mr. It says Mr. on.
No, I promoted him.
He scratched it out on his bunk and wrote it in Sharpie.
Yeah, I did.
Just the M. Change the M to a D. Man, you really pulled our bacon out of the fire right there. I'm glad that we've got you on board, Mr. Clean. I appreciate you as a crew member.
Over the loudspeaker, you would hear Dr. Clean.
Yeah. So he's like, yeah, that's actually a lot of fun. Although I didn't think we were going to make it there. That vamp lady, she is a crack shot with a turbo laser. She also runs really fast. Did you know that? She was running between the two turbo laser turrets.
Whoa, no, I didn't know that. I'm gonna have to have a talk with her. I think she is more than what she seems, I believe.
Yeah, no kidding. Also, she plucked 2 fighters out of the sky with a turbo laser. It's amazing. Oh, and that Kraken dude, he's pretty good too. Yeah, he was doing some barrel rolls. That's very impressive. It's a good trick.
Huh. I think the doctor needs you down in medical, but I'm gonna go ahead and take the bridge.
Oh yeah,
And,
what did someone get hurt? Like you actually look pretty buff. Like you got some bruises and some.
Yeah,
cuts,
I
too.
do look pretty buff. Yeah, I did. I took a couple hits, but I think
It's
I
the
think
diet
Lucy
I've placed
is
him on. It's really helping his protein.
actually Lucy's the one that actually needs some help there, Mr. Clean. I think
The
she's
little
gonna
girl?
need it.
Oh man, he just like shuffles out as soon as you say that.
Yeah, I'll hold
You
your
hear the
arm.
turbo lift going off. Zips just straight down here and pops out. And he's like, "Oh man!" And like she's already in the tank because I'm sure Payne, the very first thing you did was bring her in here. He's like, "Doc, what's going on? Oh my God, her arm!"
We're gonna need a new arm. I've salvaged the majority of the mechanical components that were already installed. I think it's going to be easier to integrate those into a cybernetic arm than it would be to try to rebuild an organic arm around them.
Yeah. Let me have a look at that. Pull
Just
hands.
him pulling out a case,
Yeah,
and
he's
just unrolling the case and just having like 8 different models to choose from.
well. He's gonna pull out tools first to scan it because remember you just handed him a severed arm, so he's gonna scan it for the mechanical components and be like, I mean the undercarriage of this thing, the bones of this thing are all just mechanical already. I could just put a casing on this thing and it would probably function. Or we could try to regrow the flesh with your doohickey over there. He points to the wall, but he's like, if you want this thing to be mechanical, you're going to have to... this is a little morbid. I'm glad she's unconscious. You're going to have to dissolve the flesh off this stuff so I can work with the mechanical bits.
Nod, pull out a spray canister, hose it down, and the flesh dissolves off. Easy peasy.
He's He's completely mortified.
I wouldn't give it about 30 seconds before you touch it with anything that you want to keep.
Yeah, so he's like, he stares at it for a good 5 minutes before using his mechanical arms to pick it up.
Good choice.
So he's like, I'll be back. I can build a case for this relatively easy, and he goes off and does his thing. Randall,
Yes.
you're in the workshop.
Yes.
You also sustained some injuries, right?
I had some. I don't think I was as beat up as some of the other people.
Okay. So you're not rushing to the med bay, but you are back on board. What are you doing in the workshop?
I am taking random bits and pieces, and I'm working them into my my pit crew coverall, so I can get some amount of defense as opposed to the 0 defense I have right now.
Uh-huh. Okay, so you're like sewing pockets into your coveralls and putting metal plates in them.
Pretty much.
You really are going to be Iron Man. Okay.
I believe that's transparent aluminum man.
Let's see. Where
Atmos Steel Man.
There he is. Waz? How's Master Waz doing?
My shoulder clicks a couple times when it moves. I'm still trying to get used to this new hole that I have in my chest, but I have a new axe, and it is getting. I'm learning axe forms.
And you don't feel the need to go to the medical bay and maybe have that hole in your chest looked at?
I could head over there. It's a pretty long walk, and
You really do feel this it's really becoming enjoyable when the menthol gets put in. You might have a problem.
I do have that urge, but I have what used to be a stim stack or a stim pack the doc gave me at one time, and I keep lighting it on fire and kind of breathing it in, smoking a stim pack.
Okay.
But it helps me focus a little bit more, and my axe strikes become stronger. But then I'll after a couple of hours, I will casually walk into the doctor's office.
Locked. We're at capacity right now.
Are you trying to talk to that robot again? I'm just knocking on the door. Hey, remember there's a robot inside that girl? And last time we talked to it
The door's locked.
yeah, just shouting through the door.
The door's locked. We're at capacity.
He can still stand there. That's the elevator.
Yeah, I say
Okay.
just give that thing some tools and let
Look.
fix Lucy.
When I'm out of surgery, I'll page everyone to come in and get fixed up. Unless you're missing an arm, you're fine. Here, have a stim pack, and I hand you a bunch of stim packs.
Psst, the door opens for a second. Hi guys, bye. Thanks. Oh man, this one's good. Is this the special one? Thanks.
It's the new batch I whipped up. There's no back in them at all.
He
Just sit
doesn't
in the corner.
care at this point.
It's just a Nullcane and menthol. You'll feel great.
All right, that takes us more or less full circle. So Mr. Clean's gonna come back with a fully, like, it looks robotic arm. Like, it's silver. It looks the right proportions to her original arm because it's based on the skeleton that came out of the thing. And he's gonna, like, tap it on the door to knock on the door.
It opens for him. He doesn't even have to knock on the door; it just opens.
So he hands you a mechanical arm, and he's like, "All right, it wasn't really that hard. Reattaching it's going to be a bit fun. I think we're going to have to work together to get these cables back in. This thing it's not cleanly sheared off."
Sounds like a plan. I take her out of the Bacta. Keep her unconscious. Put her on the table.
Okay, go ahead and give me because Mr. Clean has built this and it's already compatible. It's only going to be a 2 red instead of a 3 red check. However, if you fail it, you're not going to be able to immediately try again because she's pretty severely injured.
Okay.
If you have, like, cards to spend.
2 of the dice didn't roll. But it passed. You mean
Okay.
these 2 dice here did not roll. I don't know if it even read them.
I mean, if you passed, you passed. So it's fine.
Okay.
That's because those 2 dice don't exist to the roller thing. But it's fine. You passed. So you get her arm back on. She's going to need some recovery time. She's probably going to be in shock when she wakes up.
Ready when she wakes up. 3 flavors. Obviously her favorite, and then 2 other ones I thought she might like to try.
I mean, she's at the bed rest section of this, so we're going to move her over to the barracks. All right. Now, we've solved the Lucy situation. Where to, Captain?
I will page everyone. The doctor's office is open again. Please bring your injuries. I am at your service.
Yeah. Thanks for the stim back, buddy. I actually never have a critical. I just need you to make sure this scar looks cool, just right on my chest.
You actually had a critical. He solved it in the field last time.
Yeah.
But that I still feel like you would have a big hole in your chest to get sewn up.
Yeah. I use I take a blowtorch and I kind of make the hole look like an exploding fireball coming out of the middle of his chest. But it's
that could be like a new thing.
Yeah.
Become like really popular.
Yeah, could. I put an LED light in the middle too.
Now he is Iron Man. Hey, what was the that big ass asteroid that had like the shops and bars and like all that
Narshada?
stuff? Oh. Was that Narshada? Is that
Uh,
within jumping distance?
So there was Eris Station. There were a bunch of places you guys went to early on that you'd have to leave this nebula to get to. And while that is not an impossibility, realize it's going to involve running an Imperial blockade, which you could totally do, but it's going to be a thing.
You guys want to go shopping?
Sure. Is everybody healed up? I've only really tended to Waz twice. I feel like you guys are forgetting some things. Also, I need Dr. Clean. Can I just do a mechanical check on myself?
You can do, yeah, you can self-tend your injuries, but if you want Clean to do it, he can do it.
Yeah, I can help too. I'm right here.
I thought I took a critical, but I don't see a card over here, and I've been taking the cards.
It's also worth noting that Randall can work on you if he has to.
Oh yeah, I'll get.
Because he healed you up in the field too last time.
Yes.
I'll go in and get a stim pack from the dock. I hit myself with it, and then I feel.
I was about to
better.
say, if you guys don't have criticals and all you need are health points, it is completely okay to hand wave the. Yes, you guys just take a few days because you're not going anywhere immediately to get healed up and bed rest and back to and all that good shit.
I feel better.
Or in Payne's case, a little bit of welding, a little bit of grinding.
Yeah. Add some more pieces where they got taken out.
How's the Proto Shadow? It hasn't taken any damage, right?
So we hand wave most of the combat because we were running. By the time you guys out of the last session, we were right up against the time frame. So there was supposed to be this scene when you got to the Proto Shadow where it was in combat, but we hand waved it. So there's no damage worth noting to the Proto Shadow. It is getting low on fuel again. So you guys want to break out of this nebula? Is that what we're trying to do?
How much is a fuel refuel session right now?
A full, well, it depends on where you're at. In the nebula, it's more expensive because fuel's harder to come by, and somebody blew up the main fuel depot for the sector.
Mm-hmm. I remember doing that.
So if you're going to run the blockade first and stop at the nearest gas station, it's going to be cheaper than stopping here in the nebula. However, if you run the blockade and things go south or you can't find a fueling station, things are going to get pretty dire pretty quick.
Yeah. All right. Oh, let me ask you this: do the Hutts control any fuel stations around?
Not in the nebula, but
Okay, so
outside of it, they absolutely do.
Let's go. Let's go outside the nebula. Let's get some cheap gas.
So I'm going to prep a makeshift map that's going to show you the fleet, because I figure you have enough sensors and knowledge and smuggling knowledge and all that you're going to be able to go close by to the blockade enough that you guys can get a look at it.
Things like a remora on our shark.
He is. That's exactly what he's like right now.
Who?
The Kraken's gunship. Now, he did take some damage. Alright.
We didn't ask him where he wanted to go. Hey, dude, we're doing this.
He's actually trying to go work for Blue Le Mans, so he's been kind of sticking with you guys out of the idea that you guys are going to introduce him to someone he wants to work for.
Huh. Probably bring that up then.
It was on our plan to speak with Blue Le Mans. We could head that direction, have a sit down.
Good idea. That was the other hut, right?
Blue Lamont is a mun that works for.
Oh, the monk.
Arch.
He works for one of the huts.
Good to know you remember me. I'm glad I have money.
You're a robot.
He is a robot.
Oh, not that one. That one's special. I will put this one.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. So we got a new boss lady. Is that right, Captain? Like we just said, hey, we'll join you, and we're gonna run a blockade and run away. Be gone for a couple of weeks.
It's going to be more like a month.
You gonna refresh my memory with the boss lady?
Yeah. I tried to sleep with her, in the middle of the session.
You tried to sleep
Yeah,
with
she
her.
took over.
And
Where's she at?
Then you did go sleep with her and came back with a bomb.
Okay, I feel like because it is going to badly affect the entire party if Matt can't remember everything, that we should stop metagame-wise and say, what do you remember from the last episode of the political intrigue? Because it's real important, and we should have that conversation.
I should be writing these things down.
Yeah, or recap, or, just remember.
Yeah, so
That's why I thought that was my job.
then tell me what happened.
I tried, but I got interrupted.
Oh, okay. Well, go now.
Yeah, no, you remember we killed Gimba. You agreed to work with the lady. She's in charge now. It's the one that Waz tried to sleep with, and she had no interest.
You say work for the lady, though, but what was her name? Do you remember?
No, I don't really keep track of things like that.
Yeah, or the consortium she works for, or any of the actual political
that's
intrigue.
The
Yeah,
Pike
see,
Consortium.
That's the stuff that we need to know.
Nope.
It was the Pike, not the
Nope.
Pike.
Nope. Okay,
She works for the Zon Consortium.
there we go.
That's what I said.
He has an unfair advantage. We've been talking about it at lunch. We should let Master Waz fill everyone in on what's going on.
So I've been leaning heavily on my super spy contacts, and she is Gimba. Nope, is Gimba the right person? Who's
Was
the guy we were going for?
Blue Lamont is who we want to talk to. Gimba was the guy that
Yeah.
we murdered.
So Gimba was leaving the huts to join the Zon Consortium, and they were going to then have this big epic battle. I don't know if epic battle is the right way. I don't know too much about the Zon Consortium. I know Jira wanted us to dress up like Zon Consortium pirates at one point, but and I know she doesn't like the Zon Consortium, so that makes more sense now that Gimba was joining the Zon Consortium to try to fight them. Anyway, the new lady who's real smoking hot, and I just can't get her out of my head. She gives me a little bit of the creeps now because she said, "Hey, I'm going to take over." I assume she's with the Zon Consortium. She said, "We're now a part of her crew," and then we flew away. And if we just want to run away from it, I could be fans with that. But everybody says the Zon Consortium's real scary and likes to just attack not only you but like your family, and they're real cutthroat. Like even I don't even know if they're huts also scare me. So, but we're also kind of friends with the huts. Like it's a real balancing act. Anyway,
I don't have a family.
we now, I think, work with the Zon Consortium, but we also are still in with Bulaman, so we also still work for the huts. And I feel like we can get crushed. I think we should just kill Jira and then disappear into the night.
That is what the New Republic is currently paying you to do, is also a thing that you guys might have forgotten, but you're actually under contract by New Republic Intelligence to eliminate these people that are on this list. And there is a 1,000,000 credit payday at the end of that road if you do it. Like this wasn't just arbitrary. You weren't just here for the lulz.
Well, I was here because I hated Jera. So, can you give me the lady's name?
Yes, Fel Mezzi. Fel space Mezi. She is a Nautolan female. you guys have already discovered that she is cybernetic and otherwise enhanced. So the exact phrasing I gave Payne when he medically scanned her was she's highly augmented.
Okay.
She does work for the Zon Consortium, she told you that. And she has already explained, as Gimba did before his untimely demise, that the Zon Consortium was going to declare war on the Hutt Cartel because the Hutt Cartel was old and lethargic, and they wanted to get rid of them because they were an obstacle. And Gimba joined the Zon Consortium because he believed that the Zon Consortium was going to win, and Fel wanted to be in charge of this particular nebula, the Zon Consortium, really all of the underground activities in this nebula. So she made a move, and by made a move, she gave you a bomb. It's also worth noting that that bomb went off incredibly prematurely.
Yeah. That's coming back to me now.
Yeah. So, and then you guys flew away, and that's where you're at now. But ostensibly, you did agree when she gave you that bomb that you would work for her, but Waz also has a point that, like, she didn't have a gun to your head. You could just do whatever you want. You could complete your mission. You could fly off. You could do whatever you want.
We had also discussed going to the huts and briefing them and working as double agents.
Mm-hmm. You had also discussed bashing her over the head, throwing her in a cell, and delivering her to the huts. Which I think would be really interesting if you could pull it off, but I'm not saying that's going to be easy.
Okay. Yeah, I stand by my previous. Let's go ahead and run the Imperial block, and then we're going to go find some hut space that I can buy fuel in, and maybe meet up with Blue Lamont. Maybe we can talk to him about what he wants to do with us and the Zon Consortium.
Okay. So on the table, I've put a very, very simple abstract of, and they're not this close together. There's a picket of ships. Now, there's an area of the nebula that is like the known entrance. There are many other ways in and out of this nebula, but there's like a corridor that is the known entrance. And right now, the main problem is that there's an interdictor cruiser, which is the only one that Jarrah has, that sits in that entrance and keeps its gravity well generators powered, so that nothing can jump in or out. And it is the core of the blockade. And there's a handful of small Corvette-style ships and a couple of frigates that patrol loosely the area, and whenever a ship is caught by the interdictor cruiser, they go and intercept it.
And after observing stuff for a little while, there's nothing coming in and out?
No, not really. It depends on how long you want to wait, too. Like, a little while is an ambiguous amount of time. Like, if you sit there for weeks, a supply freighter or two that, you know, stops and gets inspected by Jarrah will probably come through.
Right.
But I'm assuming that we're talking hours. Maybe a day.
Okay. You said there's other ways in and out of the nebula that aren't near Jarrah, or Jarrah's ships anyway.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with those is that you guys aren't actually aware of the specifics. You know they exist. You did have a member of your party, who I didn't finish redoing the art for, but is going to have a little orange Jawa hoodie, who was familiar with those entrances, but he's not here.
Do we have contacts for the Jawas?
No. You only had that. It was only the Jawa that you had contact with.
I thought
Randall had been dealing with the Jawas through Ranither. That's why he was there.
they started going away, and I didn't have as much Tab D.
Actually, that is another thing, is you are... I mean, I think you brought one container on the ship, or left it on that base, but that is the last container of Tab D you have. It's almost all gone.
Yeah, I thought for sure I brought some on the ship. I forgot where I put it, though.
I mean, there's no easy way in and out, and we've talked about this about every other episode since it was a thing like 10 episodes ago. Leaving the nebula is a non-trivial thing. It is a you might get your ship blown up thing, and that's why you haven't really been doing it.
Hold on, I gotta go AFK for a second.
So we can do a bunch of research and try to find a secondary way out. Do we have any New Republic contacts? Did I get that naming convention right?
You got the naming convention right. If New Republic is... You're talking about the big government that hired you to come, destabilize the sector and kill Jarrah, then yes. Yep. You have several out there in the galaxy. Not in the nebula. If they had a presence in the nebula, they wouldn't need you. That's not true. There's one person in the nebula. The guy that runs the fleet, the privateer. Elanius Repnus is a New Republic agent. And you know that.
What about the Kraken? Does he know any ways in and out of the nebula besides the blockade?
Nope. He came in through the main entrance like you did.
So these, like the Corvettes and the Interdictor, are way faster than we are, right? They just take a long time to get up to speed.
The Interdictor's not faster than you guys are. The Corvettes certainly are. But like I said, they're not really this close together. They're just... This is kind of an abstract. If you're going to run the blockade, you could totally try to pick a moment when they're all really far away from one corner and try to, push through as fast as you could on sublights. They probably would catch up to you, but you might be able to outrun... Well, you wouldn't be able to outrun the Corellian Corvette, but you could probably outrun the frigate and the cruiser pretty easily. I don't know about easily. You could do it, though. It's doable. Your speed is terrible.
Yeah. Because we picked the fucking transport ship.
Well, in all honesty, you have a badass ship. It's a Q ship. It's a freighter that you think is a freighter up until the moment that its big-ass turbolasers pop out.
And it catches you in its gravity generator.
Tractor beam.
Tractor beam. Ooh,
Well,
do we
guys,
know
I'm
if...
thinking of running it. What do you think?
We're just going to try to time it out, do a little bit of recon, hope for the best, or...
What that is, if we run it, we got to run it back.
Yes.
If we find an alternate way in and out, we don't have to do either of those things.
I'm all for finding a back door, but it's going to take time. And I want to go talk to the Hutts. So, who do you think we could talk to maybe find a way out of this nebula? You still there? Lucy.
Yeah, I'm here. We need a smuggler.
I am a smuggler. What's the problem? I don't know any way to get out of here. Can I just roll a skullduggery and see if I can think of something?
I mean, you're not just going to be like, oh yeah, I know how to get out of here. However, I mean, I can lead you down a path where if you're a smuggler in the Star Wars universe, obviously you would go to the seedier cantinas and talk to the local smugglers, and you would know how to do that. But that's kind of what I mean by it's going to take time. Like, you're going to have to go
Yeah.
seek this information out. And it's going to take a concerted amount of time. Your fuel light's on. So if you're going to do that, you pretty much have two options. You can... Well, no, you really only have one option, and that's that you need to find a place to park the ship and take a smaller ship somewhere else, because you're going to run your fuel out, you know, if you're trying to run the Proto Shadow everywhere.
We also have a couple of tanks of Bacta, which is relatively rare. We want to just pay a little bit more and try to bribe ourselves some fuel.
That's a thing too. You can also, well, actually, you're right. You do have two options. You could just go buy fuel. It's going to be expensive, but you could do it. Refuel here in the nebula, and then you can drive the Proto Shadow from planet to planet, trying to find the seedy cantinas with the smugglers in it.
Yeah, I hate getting stuck in DC. Have to pay DC prices for gas.
I mean, that is kind of the thing. They almost have blockades too. It's called traffic.
Yeah. Alright, what you do in that situation, though, is they only get half a tank. You don't fill up in DC.
You could try that too.
Alright, how much we talking for fuel here?
Alright, so first off, roll me a d6. And that's going to tell me how many fuel stations there are within your fuel range. And half of the net number are going to end up being Jarrah's.
1.
Okay, well, the way we round in tabletop, that means that the one station is not Jarrah's. And you are really low on fuel. Where did my, I lost a thing. I don't know what happened to it. Oh, wait, no, it's there. Okay. Okay, so let's get you a space station.
This place is not Jarrah's.
This place is not Jarrah's. Alright. You roll up to this space station. It's not very, like, there's not a lot of ships around it. The lights are barely on. It's a real quiet place, because there's a blockade right next door. People aren't stopping here, and it's been bad for business. You get a hail over the comm.
Yeah, I'll dial him up.
An elderly gentleman comes on. He's like, "What do you want?"
Hey, we're looking for starship fuel.
Okay. I mean, it's a refueling station. Good job. We have some, not a lot. What kind of credits you got?
What do you take?
Obviously, we have to take Imperial credits because, you know, the Empire is running this place. He says with an obvious disdain. The place like, but, you know, we'll also take precious metals or things in trade. I understand that monetary value can be flexible, and credits aren't worth what they used to be.
How much is it going to fill my ship?
Well,
I'm sure I can do the math.
he punches up things. He's like 10K would in Imperial credits would fill it to the top.
Do you have anything else on your station other than like a refueling thing? You got like a bar over there? Place to wet my whistle while you fill my tanks?
We do. It'll you'll be the only patrons, but yeah, we do. You go ahead and pull up the pylon 3. You can dock up. We want hard currency on the refuel though. Okay. So you're gonna go to the cantina?
Did you see the credits I put down? They probably didn't get pulled out.
I don't see them.
Yeah, I got DC. Get back in here.
Did you want to see if you can negotiate for trade? I mean, we do have some back to Captain.
He's thinking
You
about
wanna-
it. Give him a minute.
Yeah, just take.
Then he disconnected again.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my thing.
Is your mod catching on?
I don't think it's that. It's my fucking wireless.
No. Wireless is no good on stuff like this either.
Discord, that way that doesn't have a problem anymore. But yeah, I have hard currency. I'll just pay the 10 grand and you guys can go to the cantina.
Okay. For lack of a better thing, this is going to be our cantina this time. Vaguely remember killing people in a place like this in a D20 game long ago.
The layout seems familiar.
You roll in, it's an empty restaurant. There's 3 service droids running around. They'll take your order. It's also worth noting, so you guys, when you dock up and you come down the hallway, only like every third light is on, and you don't run into a single soul. There's like the attendant droid at the door, and you don't run into a single person the whole walk to the restaurant. And realize that this station is pretty big. It's like a small city, and you don't see a single person the whole way.
It's pretty empty in here, guys. I was hoping to talk to somebody to try to get some information. It might be a different way of doing things. I got this fancy data pad right here. If we can get these droids to show us where the entertainment room is, maybe Randall can take this fancy data pad and do some stuff. As I keep elbowing him with my slicing gear kit.
Oh, you're actually gonna let me use the slicing gear this time.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure we can find a place.
So they've got a couple of info booths. As like basically it's the same as a restaurant booth, except for in the table there's an actual computer terminal. It's hooked up to the local version of the HoloNet. And just tell me how invasive you're trying to be. The droids come up and they want your order. I mean, it's a burger joint / cantina, so you can order beer and a Big Mac. Well, sorry, that's Star Wars Big Mac, Space Mac. It's got to be a Space Mac.
One Big Smack, please.
Yeah, it's Big Smack. They bring you the nastiest looking burger. It's got tentacles that are like waving out a part of it.
If I can meet the chef, I'd be delighted. I say with a smile as I take a big bite of the tentacle burger.
Uh-huh. It's, well, let's move your token. You're bad about that. Where's your token at? It's still in the infirmary. I'm the last one that moved it. Let's put it over here.
Why are we sitting there? There's booths open.
So, yeah, the droid points to another droid that's just a droid with, like, knives for hands that's behind the counter. Like, there's only 3 droids in here. But, Randall, how invasive are you being? Because right now, Waz is eating a burger and blocking your view. Well, no, he's walked up to the counter.
I'm trying to be somewhat. No, I'm not being overly invasive right now.
Okay. I mean, you can plug in and get to the public access pretty easily.
Yeah. I'll start with the public access and see what I can see there.
Okay, so the public access is by default limited to the station itself. And it looks like the station was really active up until about 6 months ago. Like normal activity, bulletin boards, advertisements, people's, email account. Like it was very popular up until about 6 months ago. And then you saw like a pretty sharp decline until the last major exodus was about 3 weeks ago. And like now there's just a skeleton crew on this whole station. There's probably only 100 people.
Can we use the station to like boost a signal out of the nebula?
You want to do it covertly? It doesn't have a hypercom. You could if you wanted to. It depends on what you mean by boost signal. You want to send an email? Yes, 100%, no problem. Email, you can do that from anywhere in here. There's a network of satellites. Real-time communication, no. There's no way in hell, even if you had the most advanced technology available, it just doesn't work like that. So it really depends on what you want to do.
All right, so I can shoot an email to Blue Le Mans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you could do that from anywhere.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get one set up, though. Just let him know what's going on.
Okay. Randall, if you give me a computers check, I'll let you know if you find anything interesting.
This is still just me doing the very basic stuff. Computers.
Yeah, it's only as invasive as you want to be. If you just want to skim what's locally available, it's a 1 purple check. If you want to hack the thing so you have admin access, it's like a 2 red check. So it's up to you how difficult you want it to be.
I'll start with and there's nothing wrong with me starting with the easiest one and then being a little bit more invasive.
Yeah, no, there's no problem going that direction.
Okay, yeah, I'll start easy. Just with the local access.
Mm-hmm. All right. So you find that most of the 5 success is pretty good. So I'm going to say you're leaning over to Dex and being like, all right, which one of these accounts looks like a smuggler to you? Like looking at people's like profiles, the social media and such. And he's going to give you some pointers, and eventually you tag on to like a lot of these people are moving to a derelict drift station it's basically on the other side of the nebula, and their accounts are starting to show up over there. And that's all publicly, like, you're space booking them. So you know basically where they're posting from.
Hey, yeah, so Captain, here's where a lot of these people are looking, or their accounts are starting to show up. Does anyone remember what happened 6 months ago? Because the station was pretty active. And then there was a pretty steep decline, and then about 3 weeks ago, it became
Giant blockade, Imperial blockade.
It's like Jara.
The thing
pretty
we're
like
trying
Jara.
to.
All right. I guess that makes a lot of sense.
So the derelict station where everybody ended up going, how far away from the blockade is that?
It's on the other side of the nebula.
Okay. How long will it
It's
take
as
to get
far
there?
away as you can get. It's about a day in hyperspace for you.
Okay.
Realizing that you can't push your ship to its full speed in the nebula. It's actually pretty dangerous to use hyperspace at all, but you guys decided early on, since you may not remember this, but we had this conversation, you guys decided early on that you were going to take that risk. Because it requires a despair for anything to go wrong, and that's unprecedented. That doesn't happen. So
I think we should go there. If we're going to find any smugglers that know their way out of the nebula, that would be where we could go. We could also force the blockade. We could also... I mean, we're full up on fuel now, right?
Yep, you paid the exorbitant fuel prices, and you got yourself a full tank. I mean, you basically just paid, $6 to $8 a gallon, I guess is the rough equivalent, which is pretty bad.
I'm going to leave this guy a scathing review on Spacebook.
Mm-hmm. You're not the only one. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
So if you actually go on the public pages, one of the articles is posted by the station master expressly saying we're probably never getting another fuel tanker. Like, this is, when it's dry, it's dry.
Huh. This guy's just okay with his business going down the tubes.
He's not okay with it at all. There's a fucking blockade. There's no commerce. He's not okay with it. Like, if you guys went to him and said, hey, we're mercenaries and we'll blow up that blockade, he'd be like, I don't care how much.
Well, all he's got is the 10K I just gave him. Everything else is... He can't even pay, like, his bills. That's bad.
He's got a killer recipe for an octopus burger.
Oh, man.
You could fill
As
this...
you say that, I feel like Randall should be like, what?
Oh, you should eat that, Randall.
Are you sure that was octopus? Not some other seafood?
It had tentacles. I guess it could have been squid.
Do you have tentacles?
No. I'm mostly sure that Moncal don't have tentacles.
No, but Quarren do, which are the species that they share Moncala with. They have, like, face tentacles.
I'm going to turn around and finish the burger instead of eating it right in front of you.
All right, so you guys want to cross the nebula, huh?
So the whole point was to get out of the nebula to talk to Blue Lamont. Did they reply back to my email or anything?
What did your email say? It takes a few days to get a response, but what does it say?
That we met Fel Mezzi. How are we saying that?
I was saying Mezzi.
Mezzi. And that we are now in a close relationship. I don't know how else to put that. That we're offering up information if the Huts can help us out.
What information and what kind of help do you need? So you would, if that's what yours is going to say, that's what the response is going to say. Like, what kind of information is up for grabs and what kind of help do you need?
All right, so what we need is a bunch of we need a fucking army at this point. That's what we need. We need a bunch of ships. We need fucking firepower. I don't know how else to do this. We want to kill Jarrah. That's the ultimate goal.
I mean, you do know an entity that has a bunch of ships and an army. 2 entities. 3 entities. 4 entities that have ships and armies.
One is the lady that we work for, the Zon Consortium. I think the Lannis might have some form of New Republic / resistance-based army that we gave multiple capital ships to.
That's who I was thinking of. I couldn't remember his name.
He's up on the good guy wall. So you got the good guy wall on this side, and you got the bad guy wall on this side.
We haven't met the general yet.
Nope. So, you guys also have a handler in the New Republic.
Oh, a new one after we lost the other lady? No, we did have a new one.
Yeah.
Because she wasn't. We went here to find her.
Mm-hmm.
Could we just call in the New Republic Army?
You could, if you wanted to, say that, that you'd done all you could do for it and it was time for them to move in and this whole area will become a battle zone. They're not going to... You need to realize that you guys aren't going to be in charge. We've had this conversation before when you guys were dealing with the resistance. You can call them in, but don't expect to come in and give orders to these people. They are the government and you are not. And your contact in the New Republic, since you probably didn't write it down, is Agent Don Fiss. New Republic Intelligence.
Like FISS?
Yep.
We should give them a heads up and let them know that we killed Gamba. If they don't know already.
You guys can definitely do that.
I'll shoot them an email too.
Is the Ice Heart lady in this sector, Nebula?
No, she's in Typhara.
Didn't we see...
Actually, by this point, she might be all killified. You guys didn't have any direct dealings with her. That was just background info of this is what's going on in the galaxy. You guys could have had some interactions with her had you done things a little differently, but I think this was a better path for you overall anyway, because she'd have murdered you.
Oh, did we ever find that Balmer guy?
You have not found some done.
We did find his wife. A lot of things we can do.
Yeah.
We're looking for smugglers to try to find our way out of here.
Are you, though?
Are we, though?
Or we're just going to send an email which gets past a blockade.
Yeah, the blockade isn't stopping the network info from going in and out. It stops ships from going in and out. Although I'm sure they would like to clamp down on information, which they probably do on some planets, but the infrastructure for this place was built in the Old Republic, and it's built more stuff and built on top of it and built on top of it, and it's gotten to the point where it's kind of hard to control all the access points in and out.
I'm going to reach out to Lannis, see how the New Republic resistance is faring after our adventures.
Man, you're just throwing everything out there. I feel like you're doing it to troll me. The resistance...
I mean, we wanted a shopping thing, and, now it's just been a fuel thing, and
I mean, if you guys really want to go shopping, that's fine. When I said we were going to rest and recover, I did anticipate you would do some shopping. I didn't think you were going to try to leave the nebula, because that becomes a huge objective in and of itself.
Okay, I thought that's where we had to go to do the shopping.
No,
All right. Now, you could have said that like 30 minutes ago. We could have been doing this.
Well, I didn't know what you were trying to do. Sometimes I don't understand where you're trying to go with things.
Oh, we just wanted to go shopping.
Okay, well, there's a bunch of places you could go here. So this is the inside of the nebula. And you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different major entities you could go to. Although it's probably not a good idea to go to the capital city that Lady Jira has. Although that's the last place she'd look for you. And the penitentiary is probably not a great idea either. But the rest of those you could go to. You've been to Thurn a dozen or so times. That's a planet that most of your stuff has happened on. Zaganara is a planet that you guys have been to a few times. You landed a TIE fighter on a crusty place there. And I can't remember what Kenogen is. Apparently there's a station here. This might have been where the Jawa stuff happened. Or was supposed to happen. I'm just loading it so I can see what it is. Oh no! No, you've been here before. This is where that station was that you got the Wookiee from. So that station would still it's kind of be there. There would be a station there, but it'd have to be a either rebuild or a different station of it. But there's places to shop. Really, it's about what you're looking for.
I was probably going to be looking for tech stuff. I wanted to put some mods on the gun, maybe. We need parts for that. I don't know. Just wanted to see if I could upgrade anything. My crash suit needs to be redone. That's been taking a lot of fucking damage.
Okay, you can get that repaired. That's easy.
Asking me to do it, Captain?
Yeah, your most friendly spot is going to be Thun, the place that you've been, like this place that you've been to so many times. This is kind of the heart of the Resistance, and it's the most populous place, most populous planet. You guys have a good reputation here with most of the civilians. This is a place where you've been many times. So if you were going to go shopping, this is probably the first place you would go.
All right. Let's start here.
Okay. So you just tell me what each of you are looking for. The city is technically under Jarrah's control. There are stormtrooper patrols, but since the last couple of incidents have happened, Jarrah's had to pull most of her hardcore forces back. So as long as you guys don't cause any major commotion, you should be okay. You may have to deal with an occasional stormtrooper squad.
All right, I'd like to try to find something better than this crash suit. And we won't find anything better.
Okay. So
Let's see what's happening.
You want to replace the crash suit.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone else, get your wish lists out.
Oh. Hey, Master Wise, that axe that you got, does it have a detachable head by chance?
Oh, it's an axe. cut things with it. It's pretty neat.
I mean,
You
got
want to cut it in half?
a plasma torch. You can detach it once.
I was thinking about trying to replicate the head and give you like 2 or 3 so you can try to stab it in somebody and then release it. And when you stab it, it has some explosive on it. So you stab it in somebody and then it explodes.
With a fiery explosion, right?
Fiery explosion. Yeah, they're all one and the same.
No, they're very different. If it's not on fire, I'm not happy with that.
So it has to explode, and then after it's done exploding, then start to burn.
They're plasma grenades, which are just fireballs, which are awesome. Why? You already cut it. Oh, you've got a plasma torch. Can you just put that on a stick, and I'll smack people with that? Yeah, play around with it.
Yeah.
Are you looking for like a Thermax?
Yeah, that would be really cool. He's talking about like putting a some kind of grenade or some kind of explosive on a stick and having me smash it into somebody's face and then running before it explodes, which is also kind of neat.
When you say that, I would point at the scars on your chest that I just repaired.
Yeah, that didn't happen from an explosion. That happened from this axe that I'm holding right now.
The explosion would be bigger.
You just have to be faster and dodge better.
You're not fast or dodgy. That's why the axe hit you, and it wasn't an explodey axe.
Yeah, but if I have this one, I think it's a good idea.
All right, I'm gonna take some genetic material from you.
Ouch.
I'm gonna need that for later when you blow yourself up.
Here is the immediately available armor that you can find. If there is a specific piece of armor you want to search for, like you want to tell me from the generator, tell me its rarity, and I'll help you find that. But this is the stuff that is definitely available.
Are there any like weapon modders too? I was trying to also.
You got one of those on the ship.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Randall, can you make a blaster actuating module?
I'm pretty sure I can.
I'll hand you my DL7. Like.
What's the rarity on that mod? And the cost?
It is. Trying to find it again. It's rarity 4, price 500.
Okay. 1 red, 2 purples for your difficulty there, Randall. To fabricate that from parts, it's 500 credits worth of parts, and every time you fail, you have to buy the parts again. It's not to install it, that's to fabricate it.
Okay, and I've got 2 ranks in inventor, so is that 2 blues?
If
Or-
that's what it says it gives you, then yes.
When
When
constructing
constructing new items are existing, then add, yeah, that's absolutely. Oh man, I should have made, you know what, go ahead and make it 3 purples, and we'll call that upgrade I gave you, it would have been 2 or 1 black. This will let it be easier. Also, don't forget you have workbenches and tools on the Proto Shadow. So a workbench that you like your workshop on the Proto Shadow, that's 2 blues for it. And then, you know, because that takes the place of an advanced toolkit because you don't have a shop. So you would add a blue for your inventor thing too. So you'd have 3.
It's 3 purples. Alright.
Okay, so the way I've in my head canon put this together, because we got a little off track because you guys tried to leave the nebula. Which, by the way, you guys are in a box. Like, it'd be like in the D&D campaign, being like, we want to leave our Sea of Thieves area. Yes, you can do it. It's thing in the thing, but it's probably not something I've prepared for. Because it's not technically part of the campaign. Just for future reference. That's why I asked metagame at the beginning of the session, do you guys want to go outside the nebula and do something else, or do you want to complete the campaign that's in the nebula?
I thought we were shopping on that asteroid. I thought that was the only place to go shopping.
Yeah. Anyway, so you guys took the leapfrog, I'm assuming, down to the planet? Okay, so you guys are basically just perusing the various shops that are available, like street vendor style. And what we're going to do is we're going to roll through each of your experiences. Like, Ghost has found himself it's a U-Haul van with clothes racks opened up out of the back with suits of armor. That's what you've found. And you've calmed...
We still have bloodstains.
Yeah, I mean, so this is well-used armor. Some of the... Oh yeah, there's going to be at least one suit of laminate that is a Stormtrooper set of armor, but they've like spray painted it a lot, trying to hide the fact that it's Stormtrooper armor really badly, to try to hide the fact that it's Stormtrooper armor. And if you really wanted that, you have lots of sets of laminate armor on the ship. Well, yeah, you've got this truck with this armor on the back, and you've asked Randall to go find parts. And Randall's basically dumpster diving for the parts he's using to put this actuator together, but he does have to buy some of the key components. But that requires Randall to take the leapfrog and actually go back up to the ship. So you guys who are on the ground right now while Randall's doing this, you don't have a ship available right now. So did you pass that, Randall?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's also worth noting that Randall's got your blaster.
Yeah, I got me.
So
I carry a spare blaster just for the captain.
I got my dissuader.
His backup gun's a grenade launcher.
I would also like a custom. It's the effects of a custom grip, but since my weapon is built in, I don't know how that works.
If the weapon itself can take the mod,
yes,
then it's okay for you to put it on there. It uses the same number of hard points and everything.
Yeah, it's an R6. Cost is 500.
Yeah.
Rank 6 cost 500.
So you just want to find somebody who can put the mod on, or you want Randall to do it?
I'm gonna have Randall do it.
Okay.
Unless Dr. Clean would be better, I'll have Dr. Randall do it.
Okay. So 6 is 3. And then it's upgraded. It's 500. Oh, fuck it. For consistency's sake, we're going to say it's 3 purples too. Because I don't want to redo it. He can just roll again.
Alright.
I do want you guys to know that you're getting the dumpster diving parts. Like, he's MacGyvering this shit together. Okay. That's the exact same result.
He's doing great, though.
He is doing great. So, to attach these, let's combine this check. You're doing this all at once. Roll me a mechanics check. That is 2 reds, 2 setbacks. You can sacrifice your boost dice you're getting for your inventor to take away one of the setbacks if you want.
Said I was doing that with one Furiel than I actually had. Alright, so you said I can just get rid of the boost and the setback?
Yeah, you can trade 1 for 1.
Okay. Simplified it up.
Okay.
And yep, that's mechanics.
Right, so you succeed in attaching both of these to the thing. Now, Waz, you haven't said what you're looking for.
I've been fighting with the generator for the entire time, and I just got it to open up a sheet from me from December.
So you'd like me to come back to you in a moment.
All that being said, I have a bunch of thermal paste. David said that I want a thermal axe, and that's always a thing. I also want just like spy things. So if I could find a small like plantable thing that I could put on somebody,
Okay, hold on.
or information.
Do you have a good skullduggery check or streetwise?
I do. I have 2 yellows, 1 green in both of those.
Go ahead and roll either one of those at 2 purples to see if you can find like the local, forger slash illicit person, illicit goods person.
Nope.
No? Okay. Well, that's sad. You do find a Jawa selling things. It's a Jawa store. He's got things.
I was too distracted. He smelled nice.
Ghost, you find yourself a piece of armor you want?
Did. I think I'm gonna go after this protector.
Oh, it's a fine choice. This guy's got 3 teeth. He's super happy that you're going after that. That's lots of credits for him.
How many credits? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what?
How many? How many?
It's card value is what he's trying to sell it at. So he's going to be like, hey, that is top-notch armor. It's really hard to come by out here to find a set like that. And to be honest, it's got some dings in it. You're looking at it, and cosmetically, it's not that good. It's structurally sound, though. But this guy, he's patting it like it's that good old used car pride and joy. He's like, yeah, man, it's a good choice. He's like, only 5,500 credits for this bad boy.
Hey, yeah, I know. You need to work your deal and all that, but I don't know if you know that I'm like a hero around here. But I'll be glad to give you 5,000 for it. That's what I've got. You take Imperial credits?
I mean, you trade in hard currency?
Yeah. Real hard.
You know what? Roll me a charm check.
For saying real hard.
For saying I'm a big old hero around here.
Oh yeah, I'm a big old hero around here.
You've also killed a lot of people, so
Not the good guys.
Yeah.
We got that whole village killed.
No, you can't blame that on us.
Well, that's what we're rolling for here. That's giving you that whole 1 purple check,
All right,
his cousin Billy Bob might have been in that town. You don't know.
We backed that speeder into that house.
Oh, if it was that guy, you'd be screwed. No, he's like, one of my buddies, he went to fly with Ardos. I think I know who you are. Yeah, 5K is acceptable, especially if you're paying hard credits. I would prefer non-Imperial credits, but I'll take what you got since, you're such a good guy. Yeah. So he's more like, he takes the 5K and, you can tell he's not really all that butthurt about not getting the extra 500. He's quite happy. Is Payne walking with you, or is Payne off on his own errands?
Just following everybody around.
You just following everybody around? Did you look through? I know you don't need armor because you're all set on that category. Did you mill around in there? Okay.
I did mill around there. I picked up from the Jawa guy. I got Dioxis gas and a stim stick.
Excellent. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to roll me a 2 purple perception check. Take 3 boosts.
2 purple perception. 2 purple.
Not to chain Randall down on his work, but did you finish my gun?
He did. He finished both your and Payne's stuff, but it's not time for him to come back down yet.
That's fine.
Oh, yeah. So I can't actually look into this.
You absolutely can, but you can't initiate the purchase until you're back on the planet.
Okay.
Feel free to have a look-see. Also, feel free to roll yourself a Streetwise or Skullduggery if you want a special vendor. Failed with a triumph.
Good news, bad news.
It is a good news, bad news situation. Alright, so here's how this is going to happen. Let's get your token. Grab it from over here. Nope, that's Mr. Clean. Where did Payne go? And put yourself on the street over here.
Did you find me?
I didn't. Oh, there's one of yours. Oh, right there. That's good enough. Let's make you a little bit smaller. So, you coming around the corner, and you stop because Tavi's chirping in your ear. So this guy right here, he's totally got a 500 credit bounty on his head, and it doesn't even have to be alive. And you're so busy processing that it isn't until right when they're on top of you that you notice there's a whole squad of stormtroopers that are like marching straight towards you.
So I can't see this guy. It's just a brick right here.
Okay, I was worried that was going to be a case. Can you see any of the 4 people there?
See the other 3, yeah.
Okay, well then it's this chick. It really didn't matter which one of it was. The point is that your triumph is there's a bounty right there. You know what? We're going to make it 5,000 credits just to make it a little juicier for you, so you have a little bit of contemplation here. And it's one of those contracts where like you can kill her and take half, like 2,500 just for her not living anymore, or you could like potentially make a full 5K. But while you're contemplating that, while that has you distracted, these guys have rolled right up on you pretty much. And you're not inconspicuous anymore. Your droid body is that of a battle droid. So when the stormtroopers see you, there's no playing that off anymore.
Yeah, no, I'm going to ignore them, walk up to the bounty. Mm-hmm. Who's it a bounty for?
So this is a Hutt Cartel bounty. Most of your bounties will be for entities like that. Corporations, Hutt Cartel. Very few of them will be government issue.
Perfect. All right, I will... I'm going to reach out and knock them unconscious and collect my bounty.
Okay. So I would like anyone who is... The only person I know is here is Ghost, but I think Waz is around here somewhere too. And you guys are all kind of in this market square. So you guys can put yourself on the board and decide what you're going to do as Payne literally walks up and just... This woman's in mid-conversation. And until the droid's right on top of her, doesn't even realize there's a droid coming who just punches her in the side of the head, is how I imagine that going down.
It's just a very light tap to the temple, just a dink, and then she falls unconscious.
We're still going to have you roll your damage and such, although I'm positive it's going to be enough.
What's the difficulty?
Just roll it raw. I just want to see how bad it is. All right.
3, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 through soak straight to strain, plus a crap ton of an advantage.
Yeah, she had 4, so you're fine. So
she is currently with the 8 advantage. I like to have her in handcuffs over my shoulder.
Absolutely, so you completely do this thing, and I'm gonna say the stormtroopers even stop enough to be like, "What the? No, that's not okay." And they're like, "Hey, you freeze!" And the stormtrooper leader's gonna turn to the guy that said freeze and be like, "Yeah, that's gonna work on the droid." He's just gonna start shooting.
Turn around and pull out my badge.
I mean, I don't think they issue those.
I turn around and show my credentials. I am a legal bounty hunter. This person has a bounty.
We never established that. you should have some form of credentials.
I mean, I assume it's like a holographic credential
Yeah.
type thing. So I just display it.
All right, let me roll their discipline check. Let's see. Stormtroopers are relatively disciplined, right? Yeah, they got a willpower 3. So clear. This might actually avoid the whole scenario. All right. One of them does take a pot shot at you. He's going to miss because he rolled advantage.
He shoots the body that I'm carrying.
Is she dead or unconscious?
She was unconscious.
Well, if he shoots her, and it is your choice, to be clear.
She's dead now.
She's dead now.
She's dead now. It didn't matter to me. I was just, that's my tend to just, that's how I do it.
Okay.
Just
Dex,
lost from 2,500.
yeah, you're getting your new armor, like you're trying to like change into it in like a porta potty, and you hear a blaster file and stick your head out. Payne's got a blonde woman who is now dead, slung over her shoulder. 4 stormtroopers are there. 3 of them have blasters leveled at him. Your pants are half on, half off.
I'm going to continue getting dressed. Is this a tank?
It's kind of like a tank. It's very slow. It's a hover transport. The containers in the back are used for removing supplies. In this case, they're carrying grain from the local farms that are charged as a tax to the occupying force. That's how they're feeding the troops.
Payne's going to walk up to the stormtroopers, drop the body at their feet, and be like, well, I guess it's yours now. Because I already collected the bounty digitally, right?
Since it was dead or alive and she's dead, yes, all you needed was proof. You can transmit that. It won't be instantaneous, but you can. Tavi automatically packages and sends all that off. And as you're rolling up to the stormtroopers, it's worth noting that in your HUD or whatever, she's doing threat analysis of these stormtroopers and going, they're not going to make it. The tank, on the other hand, that might be a problem.
No, I just dropped the body and I tell them that was unnecessary loss of life, and then I leave.
Okay. I mean, you passed your checks, or they passed their checks. I'm going to let you guys walk away if you want.
Yeah, I got to put my pants on first.
Yeah. Well, I mean, since we're out of combat, you just do that. I was just going to have you come out with like half pants off, with your backup blaster blazing if this went south, but it looks like Payne actually managed to talk his way out of a scenario.
With 2 or 3 words. I'm bounty hunter. This is bounty.
And as you're holding that up, awkwardly, they just shoot it.
Well, he did just like tap her on the side of the head and fling her over his shoulder, but you got to realize that I imagine Payne as being like this 8-foot tall battle mech that instantly, when he walks into a room, everyone's like, fuck.
Yeah, that's how I see him.
The stormtrooper shooting at him, that's not...
With a tiny little vest on. That should be a coat, but it's a vest.
So, Waz, did you get your generator sorted out?
Yeah, I'm up.
Hey, question, are any of the stormtroopers injured?
No.
Okay. Any STDs, anything like that?
You'd have to do a pretty in-depth scan to figure that out.
I got a scanner on me.
Just an awkward stare for the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, like you have to like get real close. It looks like he's sniffing their butt.
No, I use the X-ray vision. You have cancer. You also have cancer. You also have cancer. Weird.
Sniff this container of dioxide. I mean, this will make you better. Sniff.
It's option 2. I was gonna like go over and start pulling the masks off and smashing the new dioxide cap I just got.
Isn't there like a crazy werewolf strain of something going around?
I'm pretty sure that got ended really quickly.
Good. I hope so.
With the shit yourself canisters.
No, the werewolf strain we had introduced into the beer.
Oh no, that's spreading through the Clatoonians that worked for
Gimba.
that worked for Gimba. But it's very specific to them. So it's going to take some time to propagate, but I have not forgotten about that.
Sweet. Bane's war crimes will be legendary.
I think I'm going to wait until you guys roll new characters and then be like, some asshole at some point in time did this thing, and now your level 1 characters need to fight these things.
I mean, if I could manage to kill the party, that'd be awesome.
No, that's easy. I'll just make Maul the bad guy.
That's
Yeah,
not
that would
fun.
do it.
That's not fun.
That would do it.
I mean,
Actually,
technically,
it might not.
Bane could kill the party. That's
Because, that one time I cloned Maul's character and made him the bad guy, and, someone was just like, well, I have this thermal detonator. All
I
right.
think it was just a regular hand grenade. It was right after someone else lost their arm.
Yeah, that was something that happened too.
All right, so I walk back to the captain. I made $5,000.
2.5. She's dead.
Yeah, I thought it was only 2,500, but I don't know any of that. That's metagame.
I took the picture of her when she was alive.
Yeah, but you got to deliver them alive to get the $5,000.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
Like I mean, that'd be a hell of a bounty. Click. Thanks for the selfie, lady. I don't need you anymore.
Take a picture of them. That guarantees it.
Tagged and bagged.
Oh, that'd be good. All right, Waz. I'm trying. What are you looking for?
Thermal axe, but I don't need things. I want
That's
information.
the problem I have too. I just like looking for things. I don't necessarily need anything.
I want to know where those 4 stormtroopers came from, and I went to steal their ship.
Okay. So, roll me a 2 purple perception check. Because there is a hell of a distraction, so you could probably get away with a good chunk of this.
Yeah, at least one of them has poopy pants.
What did I do with their little box? Is that that's their little box.
I found it.
Okay. Oh, shit. Yeah, you did. 3 threads. Okay, so you sneak around here. While all that's going on, you sneak through here and around here, and you're like about to jump on the stormtroopers from behind when he shows his badge and walks away. And nobody expected that to happen. Over here, you see the crew of the shuttle. And then up here, there's some commotion, as these farmers don't want to give up their products.
So about this time, Taffy would tell me I'm not going to get the full 5K because the body is dead.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to turn around. Which one shot my my target?
We'll just say it's this one because he's closest.
I would like to look at him and be like, and look at the body and be like, that cost me 2,500 gold credits.
Droid, I don't care. Move along.
That cost me 2,500 credits, and you killed someone. Perhaps you would like to rephrase?
So you have the full attention of the entire squad at this point. And Tavi's like, they're getting ready to flank you. And the vehicle behind you is powering up. This is not a wise tactical position to be in.
Right. I will be on my way.
Yeah, it is. It's super stealthy. I feel like Dex comes out of the porta-john, you're walking back, he's like zipping up his fly, getting all his armor sorted. Just like you're walking back, he's like, "What the fuck now?" So, Waz, you see this shuttle over here? They just kind of parked. This looks like they're waiting for this this vehicle with the grain in it, which is now moving through the town. It's a walking pace. It's moving. It's not like driving fast. And it seems to be stopping. And for you guys are familiar with the underworld, especially Dex. Dex grew up on a hut controlled or a hut aligned world, not hut controlled, but hut aligned world. So he knows a like protection shakedown when he sees one. And this place just stops at every big stall and collects credits or wares or things and puts it in there, and then goes on to the next one.
Question. Can I go into this building?
Sure.
Oh, right. Can I use my X-ray vision to see out the other side of the building?
If you're really close to the wall, you can see like what's immediately on the other side. Are you looking for the vehicle? Or are you looking for people?
I'm watching for the whatever I can see. Like, I want to see when the vehicle is at a point where it's not the threat that it was when it was right in behind me. That motherfucker's gonna die. He cost me 2,500 credits.
Okay. Are you going to share your plan with the party?
Yes.
Okay.
That stormtrooper cost me 2,500 credits. I'm going to kill him.
Okay.
As I storm past Dex, go into this building, storm out to here, and as soon as that vehicle is in the right spot, I'm going to Kool-Aid Man through the wall and smash that one guy's head like a melon.
Quietly on comms, you hear like, "Hey, I was looking to steal their transport."
Well, good. I'll distract them.
They've got quite a few people. Captain, if you want to sneak through the woods, we might have a bead on them. Especially if there's a crazy distraction.
Randall, you would have landed early enough that you would have heard all of this over comms, and you're almost to them, so like you can be with them this turn. Realize you're carrying the captain's blaster.
Yeah. I guess I will. Would I know enough to come through here and make it effectively to where Waz is?
Yeah, I imagine you could like ask for directions and stuff. They would be able to help you.
Okay, because I would like to not make it super obvious with
Can
a.
I send him the battle plan to his HUD, or to his scan, to his not his HUD, his
Datapad.
Yes.
I mean, I imagine it's drawn in MS Paint, but I will totally let you do it.
Yeah. It's drawn in MS Paint. Yes, Tabby did it for me.
Mm-hmm. Yep, just like that. It's got like we go here, and then it's got like pow and yeah, like steel written like that. Yes.
Nope. Hold up. You're missing one detail.
He's not going to be there when that happens. He's going to walk past this wall. So it's also worth noting, so when you walk in this shop, this is like your average small town pawn shop. So there's like accoutrements of all different types in here.
Well, he can't fit down the aisles. It's got too much stuff.
I mean, that's kind of what I was getting at. Like, if he's going to break through the wall Kool-Aid Man style, he's going to go through a display.
Excuse me, sir. You're going to have to pay for that.
That's Monster energy drink.
I'm stalking. I'll give him 1,000 credits.
So now this guy's
cost you.
Yeah.
Not the point.
It's the principle of the matter.
He disrespected me.
Mm-hmm. All right, so this stormtrooper eventually is with his buddy, if that changes your mind. walking past the outside of this. I doubt it will, but they're in pairs. They're in battle buddy pairs. The stormtrooper leader here is having a conversation. The vehicle's like making the corner. The guy that's walking with it is walking alongside it like, fuck my life, why can't I ride in the goddamn car? And these guys are just milling around smoking and joking.
All right, so I have an idea. I'm gonna blow up this occupier, but this is my plan. I want to get ahead of them so that when they're taking their next payment in grain or whatever, I want to slip one of the grenades from my boomer heavy pistol into the crate so that when they put it on the occupier, it'll go off in like a matter of a minute.
Okay. It's not going to be enough to destroy it, but it'll definitely create a distraction.
Good deal.
Okay.
It'll destroy all the grain in the back, right?
I mean, it'll explode the container. It'll dump everywhere. Yeah, it'll make a huge mess.
Okay.
Okay. I want you to roll me some sort of stealth and or skullduggery. Just one little average check of 2 purples to let me know how that works.
Okay.
Waz and Randall. Wait, where's Randall's token at? Is he disappeared again?
No, I was over there. I was more concerned about how obvious it was that I was landing the leapfrog down here, but...
Can I grab these guys yet? Or do I need to let them get... Are they coming? Are they basically making their way around the side of this building, or are they congregating right there?
I mean, they're very slowly making their way down the wall of this building towards the other end. But they're not, like, they're lollygagging.
Like, lollygagging is good. It looks like my team would like some time. So I will pause my what is the synchronized shot.
Oh, I want to give everyone an opportunity to get their action set up. So Waz and Randall still haven't decided how they're reacting to this.
Yep. I would like to sneak across here. I think everybody here is looking towards the resistance happening there.
Yep.
And do I know that one of these is a pilot, or are the pilots still in the thing?
One of them has to be a
times.
pilot, so I'm going to go ahead and say that this guy, I'll just change their names, and this guy are pilots. So these two.
If I can, I would love it if I could, from the trees, while they're looking this way, try to take his data card that starts the ship.
Oh man, I thought you were going to splinter cell that shit. Alright, yeah, you can do that.
Do I have a key cloner? Can I just shoot the back of his and get his keys?
I mean, you don't have a key cloner, but you're in a position because of the way they've landscaped this thing that, like, you're in concealment and he's walking by.
Oh yeah, 1,000%. Then I want to zip him right into the woods.
Okay. 2 purple grapple. All you have to do is pass. Randall, what's your plan?
I'm gonna stand pat right here and continue to observe, make sure that these guys are still looking down here.
Alright, everybody who hasn't made their check, go ahead and make your checks. Pain, all the things have started to happen. Dex has, and you guys coordinated this pretty beautifully, has dropped this grenade from his launcher into this thing. It's going to make a hell of a pop, and he tells you, I set the timer for X number of seconds, so you guys know that, like, that's the signal. These 2 stormtroopers are coming around the corner right beside you. Like
what's the difficulty to take out the one that didn't mouth off to me?
Are you melee attacking?
I'm punching through the wall into his head.
It'd be 2 purples and 2 blacks. And he's a standard stormtrooper, so you need to do, I think it's 10. Yeah, you need to do 10.
Alright, yeah. I have 10. I have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Through soak, 2 strain. His buddy is dead, or is unconscious. He just slumps forward. And I am standing in front of the other one. And I tell him, you owe me 3,500 credits.
Okay. That's going to be your complete round.
It's
Mr. Waz, you have zipped this fleet trooper in here and slit his throat. Or if you want to knock him unconscious, I'll allow it. But
Oh no, he's dead.
yeah, he's dead. You have anything that's on his body that you want because you passed your check, so nobody saw shit. Dex, you passed your check too, right? Ghost. Is he pooping?
Oh, sorry, I'm muted. I did, but I got 2 threats.
Okay. So your 2 threats are going to be that, like, you can't get but so far away.
Yeah, I figure I tripped over my own foot.
I mean, you're out of the blast radius, but, like, when it goes off, there's going to be a finite number of people to look at, and the guy in Protector 1 armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. On it. And Protector 1 armor that he didn't notice it, but there's blood in both the armpits.
So the grenade goes off, just huge kablam. Turns out grain's really flammable.
Yes, it is.
So it just explodes the back of this truck. It doesn't destroy the vehicle itself, but there's just this ear-crushing sound, and the whole thing's ablaze. And the turret gunner... let me roll for him real quick, because I feel like if that thing went off and I was in that turret, I might want to get the fuck out of the vehicle. It was just me.
I mean, it's still a hand grenade that went off in a car that you are in.
That you're in. I feel like it's not unreasonable, and that is in fact what he does.
With fire.
So, the guy who was in the turret is no longer in the turret. He's jumped out to the side. And the driver is, like, serious. Like, he's sitting there slamming buttons trying to get the fire suppression to work, but the fire suppression wasn't really meant to work on there. So he's trying to get control of the vehicle. The concussion will have knocked these guys off balance. One of them goes into the pool. All right.
Okay.
Randall, you have not taken an action.
I would like to fire in a method to get these fleet troopers. Right? Are all these fleet troopers all on the same team, or are these guys separate from the stormtroopers?
They are part of the stormtrooper squad. So this is one of the. So there are these units called Kappa squads, and they're basically Jarrah's standard ground force deployment. And they always consist of a squad of fleet troopers, a squad of stormtroopers, and a pair of battle droids. And you haven't seen the droids, but this is a really standard deployment that you guys would all know about from this sector because she's been around a while. So yeah, they're all on the same team, and they all have comms. And that explosion is going to cause these troopers to turn and be like, "What?" And I'm going to roll one more thing to see if they notice that Bob's gone.
I see Bob.
Nope. They ain't fucking seen Bob for days.
There's always been 4 of us.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to sneak in and help Wes start up this thing. With everybody else not looking, but
I mean, you can try to stealth your way in that shell. It's going to be really hard to do, but you can try.
yeah, I was gonna. I see you underlining the kill. You bloodthirsty robot.
That's not the robot.
That's a white hand.
That's the ghost.
All right, fine. I will. Let's see, what nades do I have with me?
There's a pawn shop right next door, and you're MacGyver. I'm just saying.
You don't want to go into that pawn shop. It's going to be horrific in a minute. I'm getting my money.
All right. I will take my multi goo gun. Let's see. Is this one where I have all my different things? Yes, I'm gonna launch one of the flame canisters and try to get it to create a bunch of flame
Okay.
right in the middle of this crew here.
Okay. You can do that. So basically, the way I envision this is just an encapsulated capsule of fire paste. Like it's basically just a soda can, but instead of soda, fire paste.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a 2 purple light ranged attack.
So
This is how Rando became the Human Torch.
since I'm continuing to stand here behind this tree, I'm aiming.
You are considered to be in cover. Okay. You shoot at the ground right there. There is a poof as the fire paste touches air and ignites, and all of these guys jump back. I'm gonna say this guy stumbles like into the wooden barrier that Waz is on the other side of.
Bob doing back here?
He hasn't gone over it yet. Okay. Alrighty, and I think that brings us to... So that was your surprise round. And what we're going to do now is we're going to roll initiatives. It is cool for the party.
Got a 2-0.
I got 1-1. Of a 1 green dice. It's about as good as it gets.
That is as good as it gets.
There are 2.
Pain is not very cool.
2-1.
Oh, is my pen out of ink? That's going to make me sad. Oh, there we go. I'm missing someone.
Dex hasn't rolled.
AFK. And is it sacrilege if I roll for him?
Yes, you can't roll for him. He's not AFK. He's there somewhere.
I think his kids are giving him shit.
They are.
Duct tape, man. You gotta learn to duct tape.
Nappy time.
Oh, yeah, you gotta get nap away. You just spray it in their face, they go right unconscious. Chloroform.
I'm now 2 yellows for my cool. Hold on.
You're super cool.
Super cool.
I mean, he does wear his sunglasses at night.
Look
I'm
at that
pretty
cool.
Holy shit. Okay, so a triumph counts as 2, so that's a 4-1. The first and second player slots are for players, and then a bad guy slot and a play. Oh man, this is going to be complicated. We don't usually have complicated ones. That's cool. So enemy, player, enemy, player, enemy. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's correct. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's correct. Okay, so the order is player, player, enemy, enemy, player, enemy. That's one of the more complicated ones we've had. Alrighty, so first 2 player slots.
Since I already had the M9 boomer out, taking a.
You're being a robot. I got the impression you wanted to shoot this trooper that dived out of the turret, though.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So he's like a 1 purple to shoot with that thing. Unless it has any setbacks, which it might. Oh, no, it has the I explode. Oh, it has an accurate. So inaccurate... So accurate adds boosts, so inaccurate adds setbacks. So it's got 1 black.
And then he's 1 purple.
Yeah, he's 1 purple because he's not in engaged range. Holy shit, he's probably dead. How much is that?
11.
Yeah, he's dead.
It just lands in his chest.
Yeah, I mean, you just shot him with a grenade launcher point blank range. We shouldn't really be surprised, but there are bits of Stormtrooper everywhere.
For the resistance.
Would you guys mind if I take this guy off into my corner now, or do I have to wait until he does something really stupid?
It's my turn, and this guy's gonna figure out where Bob is.
Would you like to do another grabby hands?
Yeah, 1000%. He's real close. I'd like to go and see if he looks over the fence.
He's absolutely going to. So what's going to be the thing is there are 3 stormtroopers looking at the position where this fire is, and this guy's on the other side. So I'm going to let you do it. It's going to be a stealth check. We're not even going to do the combat check. This is a stealth check. However, I am going to upgrade it twice because there's 3 people looking right at this guy. So what you're looking at is with 3 upgrades, it ends up being 2 reds and a purple for your stealth. There's also 2 setbacks, but I bet you have a setback removal on that.
Oh,
Okay. So I have an idea how to do this. How would you like to... Well, let me tell you how I'm going to do the first part, and then you tell me how you want to spend your triumph.
Yep.
So you grab this guy, and he immediately, like, bats your hand away, and you grab him with the other arm, and you do pull him over with you and to the other side, but everybody sees it. How do you want to spend your triumph?
Can I hold him in front of me as extra shield for when they start shooting?
You can 100% use him as a human shield. Yes, you absolutely can. Because I sometimes hear that my triumphs aren't good enough, I'm going to say you can hold him as a human shield, and you can draw his pistol and take a light ranged attack on these fleet troopers.
Yeah, I'll take him a shot.
His pistol is an SE-14, if you have the stats for that. Here we go.
Do you have to call auto fire or just get bonuses?
You have to call auto fire. It's not going to change the difficulty of this check because they're all standing side by side.
I don't know if I would have figured that out quickly enough. I'm just pulling it, holding him, shooting. Ridiculously shooting.
That's your second triumph. Well, how are you feeling today? You all right?
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit sad.
Okay, so 3 and 5. You do not have enough to kill the first one outright. You do light one of them up. How would you like to spend your triumph?
To finish him off.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. You finish the guy off. You just blast that guy down. Are you outside the barrier? Or are you inside the barrier?
Oh, still inside.
Inside the barrier, you're holding this guy with you using your garrote to cut their throats, or are you using a knife?
Garrote.
So you got your garrote in one hand around this guy's throat with one hand.
Found a sidearm.
Yeah, and you're just lighting up with full auto on the sidearm.
I didn't know it was full auto, but I held the trigger and things came out a lot faster.
Yeah.
And a guy got split in half.
All right. Next up is one of the enemies. So the squad's stormtrooper leader is going to spend his only... This whole squad is going to be a unit, not including the vehicle. And they're going to get back up off their feet. They've been knocked off their feet. That's going to be their turn because they're minions. And we're going to go to the third player slot. I believe Payne wants to disembowel someone. But
Yeah,
Randall's also welcome to,
Yeah, I want to do some slightly more comical stuff.
I'm down.
So with the toolkit, I do have the wire, correct?
Yeah, you have some wire in your toolkit. What do you want to use it for?
I would like to create a trip line for these two guys that we'll probably need to get closer to see around this fire at this. And I want to use.
Where do you want to put the trip line?
Between myself, basically just across here, and have it on the feet of this lambda shuttle.
Oh, you want to use your climbing tool from your tool belt.
Yes.
Okay, I got you. So normally you'd throw that, so that'd be an athletics check. But since you're MacGyver, I'm going to let you give me a... Sorry, it's an athletics check normally to do it, but I'm going to let you give me a mechanics check to see if you can stick it down the barrel of your goo gun and then shoot adhesive onto the shuttle. Give me a 2 red mechanics check. God damn. Okay, well, you do it. How do you want to spend your triumph?
This might be cartoonish, but as I pull the line taut, I want to hit one of the guys square in the nuts, and then I want him to trip and fall into the fire.
Okay, so this one takes burn 5 as he falls into the fire. Yeah.
And then can this guy just fall flat on his face?
Yeah, for a triumph, I'll let you do that. So that guy falls backwards and that guy falls forwards. And now there's a line. Although I gotta say, everybody's gonna be able to see it.
Yeah, my cover's gone, but...
Yeah. But
that tree is shooting fire at us.
Yeah. Alright.
There's a guy burning and another guy square on his ass.
I need a quick second. I'll be right back.
There's a single stormtrooper staring at Payne.
Yeah.
I think he's going to try to throw him over the building.
He might do that. He might try to throw him into these other stormtroopers and make all of them fall down.
Might say, "You owe me money," and just reach into his pockets, rip out his legs.
Sorry about that, gentlemen. Had a Red Bull. It was necessary. Hello?
Yeah, we're here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that was Zach, who was the third player to go. So we got 2 enemy groups, one of which is kind of on fire. Okay. So we're going to do group that's on fire because they may not get another opportunity. This guy is going to go ahead and take his 5 damage, and he is going to try to pat himself out. So he's going to stop, drop, and roll, and that's going to be his turn. This fleet trooper is going to get to his feet and help him because they're one group. Squad over here that was trying to shake down these people for their hooch is now suddenly like, oh shit, I need to go out here and help these guys. And as this guy turns around and these guys start heading down the hill, this guy over here walks up behind this guy and shoots him in the back of the head. And this guy comes out and starts opening fire with a scatter gun, and these guys are like they're moving, trying to get away from all the weapon fire. Basically, the moonshiners that they tried to shake down are armed and mean and don't like stormtroopers, and now you've given them a distraction. And that brings us to Mr. Payne.
Yeah, so I'm going to tell this guy he owes me $3,500, and then I'm going to knock him unconscious.
Unconscious, you say? Okay.
Unconscious.
Give me a 2 purple melee check.
Uh, 13,
Yeah,
and I have 4 advantage.
Yeah, he's
With my 4 advantage, I'm going to drag him into this hut.
he is your personal Muppet.
Oh yeah, he is. He is. We're in this building now.
That shopkeeper's decided to leave, by the way. He just
Oh, yeah, I would have told him you don't want to see this.
He runs out the front, and it's up to you whether or not you leave him adequate reimbursement for what's about to happen. So
I mean, I'm not going to break anything of his.
Yep. Okay. So that brings us to the tank, which, let's just be honest, is on fire. And when your truck's on fire, usually you get out of it. Okay, but he's not going to. So that comes out to 1 success, 2 successes, and a triumph. So he puts the fire out using the suppression system. Apparently it does work like that. And that's going to be his turn. And that brings us to the top of the round. So all of that shit went down simultaneously. Whole bunch of stuff happened. Civilians are running around screaming, like, oh my god, the humanity. Who's taking the first player slot?
Payne, you want to go again?
I'm good. I'll wait my turn.
The guy he has is already unconscious. There aren't even going to be any rolls for that.
There will
I'm going to try to run and get away before I get shot.
Okay. So what you're up against here is like it's like a timber wall, like a landscaping timber wall where they stacked them like up to about waist level. And then there's thick brush on the other side. It's all decorative. It's more than enough to conceal yourself in. Although if they start lighting it up with blaster fire, it's not going to provide a significant amount of cover. But you can go that way pretty easily if that's the way you want to go.
Yeah, I think I want to try to get on the flank. Like, eventually I want to get to Waz. That's my goal.
Okay, if you want to spend your whole turn trying to give to Waz, just go ahead and give me a 1 purple athletics check to just sprint over there.
Okay. We can do that. We might be able to do that. We're not going to be able to do that.
You're going to spend your 4 advantage. So all it is, you just don't make it all the way over there. You make it about halfway.
Okay, making it halfway, can I try to maybe get cover or stealth, maybe hide behind something?
Yeah, you got 4 advantage. You can hop over the barrier and be, here.
Good deal. I'll be in cover.
Yeah, you're just not where you wanted to be. All right, who's going to be the second player on this round?
So then I started blasting.
Okay.
Got a gun. I laid a guy out. People are coming towards me, so I'm going to keep holding down the trigger.
I mean, right now, right in front of you, they just they patted this fleet trooper guy off. His armor was on fire.
Yep. Yeah, so that's just lighting me up. I know exactly where it is. I'm going to call auto fire this time. I'm going to aim at them. They just standing right there because they just stood up.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How much damage is that?
That's 9 damage.
Okay. So you're shooting at the guy that was on fire?
Yeah.
Okay, so that kills him. So you light another one up with automatic fire. Give me a 2 purple perception check. Okay. Red or blue?
Blue.
Down this corridor. Where did I put their box? There's their box. You see 2 combat droids slowly making their way. And I mean slowly, these are not... They're heavily armed and armored, but they are clunky and, difficult. But they're slowly making their way up the street, Imperial combat droids.
We got incoming guy. This big giant droid. Ka-junk, ka-junk, ka-junk. Also, pew, pew, pew. This feels pretty cool.
Okay. First enemy. We're going to go with the stormtrooper leader is going to tell his guys, is going to be open fire on that bush right there. That's where the guy that blew up the thing is hiding. And he's the panicky, Vietnam lieutenant this is probably his first combat ever, and he's screaming in a really high-pitched voice so everyone can hear him.
First and last combat. Poor guy.
Probably. Yep. And they're still stormtroopers. They all fire. It's for the volume of fire coming over your head. It still amazes you to this day that they can't hit anything.
They're still too nervous to actually shoot at somebody. They're aiming high on purpose.
Okay. Next, third player.
I would like to use some debt tape and set a trap and make it so this tree right that I'm standing under is capable of exploding soon.
Okay. Do you want it to explode in some particular way?
I want to get it. I kind of wanted to. Yeah. I'm trying to think of the right way, because my goal after this is to run away and try to get someone to run towards the tree. Obviously, to set a trap that people come by this tree.
Okay. I just wanted to know if you were waiting for the droids and you're going to try to drop it on them, or if you were trying to get that guy to come over there, or You know, if you just wanted to be a big splintery mess.
I think I'll. Yeah, I will make it big enough to try to get these droids all gunked up.
Okay. How many strips of debt tape are you going to use?
Let's see. Right, I'm using at least. Let's go for 6 of them.
Okay. Make sure you keep track of those. Okay. So 6 of them, it's 5 plus 2 times 5, so 15 damage. Alright. You go ahead and prep that. That's going to be a mechanics check. I believe debt tape is always an easy check. Yeah. So it's a 1 purple mechanics check. Let me know how all that goes. Okay, so 20 damage. Plus 3 advantage. How do you want to spend your 3 advantage?
Can I have something that sort of makes the droids detect that I am more dangerous over here?
If you want them to come towards you, yeah, you can try to taunt them towards you.
Yeah, the goal is to get them taunted a little bit towards this explodey tree.
Okay. All right. Well, let's have them go next. So they're continuing. They are really slow. Like that's them full sprint is that distance. But they do kind of see you. They're gonna do some long range pot shots at you, which they miss as bad as the stormtroopers do. But, like, you know, bits and pieces of tree and branch around you are getting hit as they suddenly realize they're in a fight. This group, this stormtrooper, is going to turn around and start exchanging fire with this guy. This flame trooper is going to turn around and start exchanging fire, but when he exchanges fire, shit catches on fire. So he, like, lights this house on fire. And that brings us to the last player before the vehicle goes.
So first, I'm going to paralyze my my little friend here from the neck down. All right. Then I'm going to take his helmet off and wake him up.
Okay.
I'm going to pull out one of those scorpions I just picked up.
Ow. How many of those did you have?
A box full.
Oh, we did arbitrary box full. Okay. You pull a scorpion out of the box.
Yes. Very daintily. And I'm going to wait for him to focus.
We're going to say it's 10, just for the sake of argument, to try to keep track of that. Okay.
Write that on my sheet over here.
God, how many is it gonna take?
I don't know, but I want to find out. And then I'm going to hold on, I'm writing that down real quick. 10.
9 now.
Yeah, well.
No, I haven't lost that one yet.
Yeah, I was about to say, he hasn't used it yet. He might put it right back in the box. You don't know.
I am going to. Is he awake? Is he focused? Is he?
I mean, if you've just brought it back, would you use a stim stick to bring him back?
Yes. I'll give you a stim stick.
So
yes.
That's like an adrenaline shot. So he's like, and he's like, can he move his head or is?
Yes. If he can move his head, everything above the neck is good to go. He can swing his head around all he wants.
He's in the. I can't move. What?
So you owe me 3,500 credits.
That's yes.
How am I going to get those? You shot my bounty, and then in order to take your friend down without killing him and acquire you, that cost me another 1,000. So that's 3,500 plus my time. which I am. I don't know if you've noticed. I'm not cheap. So I figure I either need $5,000 from you, or I'm going to get $5,000 worth of research because I have been dying to find out what happens when these little puppies lay eggs in your brain.
Extenuous damages.
This requires a
Hey.
shit pants check.
Stay with
Yeah.
me. Stay with me. I've got more stim sticks, so don't worry. You'll stay conscious for the whole thing.
So if he triumphs on a not shit your pants check,
Mhm.
you know what?
He's
For-
not going unconscious.
You know what? He triumphed. I'm gonna say that he's got 5K worth of credits on his person.
Oh, there
But
you
he
go.
well, that's-
rolled 3 threats. So I'm going to also say that he is stuttering and spittling so hard that he can't actually get those words out of his mouth before you do whatever it is you're about to do.
Oh, well, that's a shame. So I'm going to just plant. I'm going to pull his armor back a little bit. Just plant it right below his, like right on his chest, so he can lean his head down. He can see it. He can flick his tongue out at it and like try to do something. He's not going to be able to reach it. But I am photographing and I'm taking. I'm going to get my 5K worth of before he dies. I mean.
Science. This is
Yeah.
science.
And I mean, I would also be stripping him down anyway because I'm not. I want to see the whole thing. I don't need that armor getting in the way of me seeing what's going on here.
You have X-ray vision, but okay.
Well, you know, also
that armor can block X-ray vision.
that armor's worth 2K. So
Exactly, and it's undamaged.
only dropped once. Okay, then we're going to fade to black on that part of his turn, and the screaming from the pawn shop is real. Incoherent, but real. And that brings us to the vehicle, and he is going to punch it. I'm going to make him roll for it, even though I wouldn't make a player roll for it, just because he might despair.
Gonna run
But he
this guy over.
Actually, I was going to have him just run straight into this whole mess over here. But he didn't. He made it. So he, starts pulling out, scrolls over here. He did not get any threats, so he's not just going to run through that tripwire and mess his vehicle up. He's going to, it's kind of like slide to a stop, like this way. Too close to accurately shoot at Waz, but definitely like that was the intent, was he wants to get those forward guns on Waz. That brings us to the bottom of the round. Informationally, Waz, this chick actually that you're carrying, that you've got in front of you using as a human shield, is talking into her microphone, trying to get reinforcements, and you realize that she's got the comm pack for the group. And she's trying her very best to call for reinforcements. You're garroting her, so it's not super effective.
Is it my turn?
It's a player's turn there. It's the top of the round.
Yeah. Hearing those things, like getting the blood rage out of blasting 2 people in half, I'm going to realize that and pull the garrote as tight as it can go.
Okay. So that's going to probably decapitate her, but let's, for shits and giggles, go ahead and have you roll a brawl check.
Yep, missed.
How would you like to spend your 3 advantage?
Making her quiet.
Okay. You do squeeze it tight enough that she doesn't make any more noise. Okay. You're still holding her as... What? So what?
Who are you choking out now?
He's got the squad leader, who's the comm officer, by a garrote, and he's holding her in front of him as a human shield while he's been mowing down the rest of that squad with her sidearm.
Still alive. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm also going to say they're trying to call in backup.
I mean, not anymore.
I can still say it.
It's a reasonable assumption that the vehicle has an antenna too. Okay. Second player.
How close can I get to the Lambda?
You can do another sprint check and get all the way to it. If you want to spend your whole turn, or if you want to spend 2 strain to take 2 maneuvers.
Do I know that Waz has the code to start that thing?
You guys have comms,
I don't know if Waz ever told me though.
I got the keys, yeah.
but I mean, it would occur to you to ask, right?
As
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
puffing and puffing through the,
Yeah,
through
so
the
like
foliage.
I'm gonna try to get all the way to the shuttle, and then I'll be like, oh wait, I need keys, and then I'll stop and I'll puff and puff over to Waz.
They're in my front left pocket.
I
She got a
imagine.
girl by one hand. and a-
Oh yes, I'm gonna reach around.
No. You run up, completely misreading the situation, blow his sausage's head off.
Why do you have a hostage? Why haven't you killed her?
She's got a real strong neck.
You want some help there, buddy?
You can just get the keys. I'm okay.
Okay, I am reaching into your pocket for the key.
Should you
I guess
roll
that's
a
2
charm?
maneuvers.
That's a charm check.
Well,
I don't
that's
know if
not
I
the
want to
keys.
charm it.
That's not
want
the
the
keys.
I just want the keys.
Someone's about to get some alien penis in his hand.
Can I coordination check maybe so I don't do that?
Yeah, if you make that roll and fail it, you realize you are holding alien penis.
Yep. Then it's a lightsaber check.
Only if you want to try to hit the bowl while he's pissing.
Or like a stun baton.
Wom 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 wom.
So, this whole awkward scene's going down, and I'm just going to call his turn right there. Like, hand in pocket, awkward eyes bulging moment. That's where we're stopping that.
I hope I get the keys.
And Waz finally got the physical attention that he was trying to get all last session.
I release 5 strain.
That vehicle isn't actually on fire anymore.
Oh right.
Yeah, the fire's next to it. All the grain's destroyed. All right.
Wishful thinking.
So that was the second player turn, so that makes it enemy turn. These guys have traditionally been going first, and are the only unit that's more or less still intact. They're gonna run up and try and use the tank for cover, but because they're minions, that's it. That's what they can do. They can't actually shoot this turn. Randall, I gotta tell you, if I were a player, I'd love to be in your scenario right now, but I'm interested to see how you play this.
Yeah, I've got multiple people's backs showing to me. You said that all the grain in this vehicle is done.
Yes,
Those
the
burnt,
whole back
so-
of that truck has both exploded and been on fire, and then been spray foamed with fire foam.
Oh, so I can't.
It's a hot mess.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to make that thing explode into everybody else's face. So, of the actions I can take, not the things I have.
You just underhand fucking bowl a grenade right into him.
Thermal out.
Yeah, I don't think I have.
I hope you guys understand. You don't want him pitching grenades in a direction that you are in.
I'm not the worst ever at throwing grenades. Um,
There was this droid named Repo once upon a time. He had lots of fun with checks like that.
He would search for a grenade and it would explode.
He would be like, I left a grenade in that speeder bike, and I'd be like, you mean this comlink?
Yep.
Oh, he pickpocketed a guy who had a grenade. It's very similar to Dex right now.
man, I don't think I have any grenades on me somehow.
There's a pawn shop right there. There's screaming coming out of it, but it's a pawn
Do
shop.
not want to come into my pawn shop.
Yeah.
I bet there's something
Especially,
that you can make a grenade out of.
I have. There's a warning on your data pad that says don't come in here, biohazard.
Yeah.
Shit.
I'm gonna shoot my most explosive. I do have some explosive pods in my multi.
He's gonna say he's gonna shoot his most explosive load ever.
I'm aiming basically right for the back here and to have it explode and see what sort of how much it can kick the rest of the people.
You want to try to shoot the vehicle with it?
Actually no, I'll shoot this guy here.
I think that's a better choice. Okay, so it's a 1 purple light range check.
And I'm taking the whole turn to aim.
If you roll 2 advantage, you get blast.
Just 1.
Still 6 damage. So you still shoot a guy, and the back of his armor like explodes into shrapnel, and he pitches forward, and like he realizes now. They all realize they're under attack now, but you did hit him.
And I don't have enough advantage for that, nor do I have any advantage to beat feet out of here and try to catch somebody in my explodey tree.
Okay, so enemy group number 1 is this guy is the only guy that's left out of that group. So he is going to pull out his SE-14C and take a shot at Waz, who is holding his lieutenant hostage. So we're going to increase the difficulty by 1. We're going to count Waz as being in cover 2-fold. We're going to bring him down to just using his own abilities because he's not in a squad. And you know what? No, we're going to give him her because she's not dead, so she should count towards his minion group. Waz is real mad at me right now. Yep, Waz is real mad at me right now. So, shoots Waz with its SC-14 on single shot. Where's that card at? 6 damage. And, you know, he's going to also, because he is a pilot, so he's going to start going up the ramp. Oh, wait, no, he didn't roll to advantage. So he looks like he wants to run towards the ramp. Cinematically, he's running towards the ramp, but he's not going to make it in this turn. Enemy group number 2 this turn has got to be these guys. I'm just going to roll some quick chance dice and see what happens up here. Oh, well, they triumphed. So, flamethrower guy roasts this guy's chestnuts, and there's a flaming moonshiner now. And that's the last player turn before the truck goes.
I've let the scorpion sting this dude in the chest.
Mm-hmm.
I put the scorpion away, and then I asked him again. I was like, "Do you have my money?"
So he passes his check this time. Like, yeah, I can totally give you $5,000. Please take it out. I don't feel so good.
Where's the money, and I will cure you.
It was my birthday. I brought it on planet just to party.
Yeah, so like he fishes it out. It's all in small denominations. He's blatantly been saving it for a while. The pouch he digs it out of is full of like brothel advertisements. He was gross. So
that's all right. I put that in my stash, and then I continue watching.
Yeah,
he was only 2 punches away from the.
So what's going on?
Sub.
Like if I use my if I carefully use my X-ray vision so as not to fry the little baby swimming through his bloodstream, what can I see?
Well, you see, your X-ray vision is not very well made, so I am gonna make you roll for that.
I want to kill them though.
And I'm gonna make it a mechanics check.
Oh wait, can I use my scanner instead? The blood scanner?
You can use your blood. It's made for that. You can use that instead if you want.
Yeah, I just want to see what's happening. So, again, seems like something I can add to my my repertoire. At some
Randall
point.
made your X-ray eye out of junk parts, so I just imagine that half the time you point it at a person, they instantly have a tumor, and you're confused why so many people have tumors when you look at them with this thing.
They're like, oh, yeah, that guy's got cancer, and that guy's got cancer.
Yeah.
Well, that explains a lot.
I've cured so much cancer lately.
Cured or caused?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pain is a great doctor, okay?
So, yeah. I mean, his panic is definitely causing them to propagate faster through this system.
So it looks like they're heading for his brain. Are they like eggs, or are they like? I guess I'm trying to figure out what's going to happen.
I mean, they're like, they're microorganisms, so they're like super tiny, like tapeworms in his blood.
They're going for his brain.
They're going for his brain. They're going to have a little party.
Okay, all right.
And once they start getting out of those vein walls, bleeding on the brain.
All right. Well, that's my turn.
The vehicle's going to shoot. Alright, stormtroopers don't have gunnery as a skill, which is dumb, but they don't have it, so they don't have it. So that can only be that. Big ass fucking cannon, 10 feet away, still misses. The vehicle unloads an incredible salvo of heavy cannon fire. It's the cannons you would shoot at other vehicles, and thus he's having a hard time bringing it in enough to actually shoot you guys. You guys are actually you're too close for like the zeroing distance, if you know what that is, for the turret, for it to actually hit you. And the rounds are careening off towards the town.
Oh boy.
Top of the round.
Alright, do I have the key?
You do have the key.
Fantastic.
Waz has something else, but you have the key.
God. I'm gonna run to the Lambda.
Okay.
That's called a boner.
So there is a pilot, there's a fleet trooper pilot standing in the entryway for the Lambda. You can run behind the Lambda, but there's no door back there.
Oh, right. That's right.
So there's
I'm gonna
a
shoot
pilot,
this guy,
like
then.
he's got like a foot on the ramp.
Okay. As I run up, can I shoot him?
Absolutely. Take a maneuver, jump down there, run up to him, pull out your pistol. Bam. Randall did give you that pistol, right? Or are you still using the grenade launcher?
He hasn't given me the blaster yet.
Alright, so you're going to grenade launch this guy. Make sure to take your setback.
I will. Should have this by now. There we go. One of these, and one of these. Setback. Difficulty to hit him.
It's one purple. Okay, how much is that?
That is 9.
It's not quite enough to kill him. So, like, you hit him, and the way I see this happening is you shoot him, the grenade hits his chest armor, which the chest armor detonates with the grenade, and shrapnel goes everywhere, and he's knocked off his feet and back. But he's, like, still completely alive. The armor is gone on his front chest, but it's completely served its purpose.
Okay.
Next player.
I guess we're just going for it. I've got a blaster and a garrote in one hand. I'm going to take the blaster and put it underneath of this lady's chin. And, oh man, I guess I got to get advantage afterwards to scoot afterwards. That's what I'm hoping for.
I'll let you coordination check. You can coup de grace from... Yeah, you got a garrote around her neck and you got a blaster. If you're not going to try to take a proper action and all you want to do is move, Yeah, you can just take a coordination, because all you're really doing is, how do I keep her dead body between me and the guys who are shooting at me, is what you're really doing.
Yep. I'm going to be side by side. Captain jump down. I got to reposition real quick, and then I'm going to jump down right after him. 2 purple.
For coordination, 1 red. Okay. So you pull the trigger, her little fuzzy head explodes. It scares Dex, so he slightly misses, which is why the glancing blow didn't kill the fleet trooper. And you're right behind him. Okay. So she's dead. He's on the ground. I'm going to let the robots take their turn, because I have more enemy groups than I have enemy slots. So they come up, and we'll say they're just constantly firing at Randall's position the whole time, because they can see him. They miss.
He mooned him.
Yeah, he did. He mooned them, and they still can't hit shit, and it's really aggravating them. And then we're going to go to the 3rd player slot.
What would be the best way to take out these fools? So they're basically still looking over this way?
Not those guys. They haven't had their turn yet, but like you just shot this one in the back.
Okay, so they're probably turning around.
Yeah, so they're in the process of being like, who the fuck? And then there's stuff going on over here too. So.
Okay, so I will start maneuvering this way and with an attempt to draw them into my explodey tree trap.
All right. Roll me. Let me get their discipline score. Imperial Stormtrooper, willpower of 3. Discipline is a trained skill. There are 3 of them, which means that it is a 3 red deception check to try to pull off that maneuver and lure them into that thing.
Dang it.
But if you succeed...
It's deception, which could be worse. And none of the other firepower and the fact that I shot the guy is doing much.
Would you like a boost for that?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Shoot him in the back.
You did shoot him.
Yeah, I shot him once.
I'd piss you off. Okay, the good news is there were no despair, so the tree does not explode instantly and shred Randall into sushi. The bad news is they're like, wait a minute. What's that wrapped around that tree? And this other guy's like, it's a trip line. Look, it runs right there. It's just a trip line. This guy's like, I don't think that's a trip line. Don't go over there. And since it is a enemy slot after that, we're going to have them be here on this turn, and they're going to take a shot at Randall as he runs away.
Oh, he forgot to pull his pants back up. They're shooting bare cheek.
My pants were never down.
You mooned them.
You mooned the droids, so I got their attention. It's okay, there's fucking stormtroopers. They, even when given every advantage in the world, because I'm rolling for them, they can't hit shit. I roll as bad as the GM as I do as a player.
That heart is a stormtrooper.
Say what?
Nothing.
No. Don't, no. This guy's about to wake up, and it turns out he's a superhero.
It's a rat ghoul plague.
It turns out that you just made him Scorpion Man because he got bit by a radioactive scorpion.
Oh, that'd be awesome. My new character. Scorpion Man does whatever a scorpion can.
Okay, enemy group number 2. It's going to be these guys.
Grow a stinger out of your dick.
the way this party works, that's totally what would happen.
Yeah.
Okay. These guys are backing up, and Dex can see this because he's face to face with this pilot, the guy they just shot with a grenade launcher. These guys are backing up, thinking they're backing up to their ally who just got shot. Going, go ahead and start the shuttle. We got to get the fuck out of here, man.
Will do.
And last player turn. Pain.
So they got to his brain yet?
Yeah, they're having a little party in his brain.
What is it? What are they? Are they just eating his brain? Are they growing?
So-
Are they look like they're taking hold of the neurons?
They're punching holes in the arteries in the brain, which is causing the brain to bleed.
It still looks like they're eating his brain. There's no mind control or anything like that. They're just gonna kill him.
Yeah, there's no mind control.
Super painful though, right?
It's
He
super
hasn't
painful.
been able to.
Yeah, he's ironically he's still savable. He's just in excruciating pain and he's having random spasms because his brain is now misfiring.
He's not bleeding from the eyes and nose?
He is absolutely bleeding from the eyes and nose.
Yeah,
If
okay.
I was to save him, what would that entail?
You'd have to kill the parasites and then stem him.
It's a lot of work, though.
Just give the parasites a radioactive dose.
Yeah, you know what? I'll give him a quick burst of X-ray and see if that'll save him.
Microwave him.
Yeah. Give me some disadvantage.
For science.
For science, yeah.
Okay. So you want to roll a medical check, but you want me to make it super hard because you're not stem packing him?
Oh no, I want him to survive. I don't want him to survive as the man he was.
Okay. Well, the dice says it's a 3 red check.
All right. I would like to make this check so that in no way, shape, or form does this harm me. All harm will occur on him.
I don't know how you could possibly be harmed by radiation.
I agree with that statement. Oh, I forgot my 2 boosts.
That's a shame. Holy shit, snacks.
Hold on. Let me get the 2 boosts. Got to make sure. Like that. Go like that. That.
All right, so you do succeed.
Read. Yep.
You do
Read.
succeed.
With a shit ton of advantage.
Mm-hmm. I already know what your despairs are. I'm going to use both of them on one thing. How do you want to spend your advantage?
I'm gonna leave now. I didn't break my word. I saved him. He's good to go. I'm just gonna get up and go.
Did you get the money?
Yeah, I got the money. I've neatly stacked his armor in the corner, like on a shelf, for the pawn guy.
As you are doing that, you notice something skittering, and you realize that box was actually ajar, and now all those scorpions are gone, and they're in this building.
Oh. How hard is it? How hard would it be to collect them?
I mean, as far as the shop owner's going to be concerned, he's going to be like, you can burn the fucking place down now. He's not going back, especially if you leave that guy in there.
Yeah, I'm going to leave the guy in there. I'm going to be like, hey, listen, I know you're paralyzed, but you shouldn't move. The scorpions got out, but you're safe. I mean, you're going to have some permanent damage. But, I mean, you shouldn't be a piece of shit. That's the moral of the story. You should not be a piece of shit, especially to droids. And then I'm going to try to find one scorpion, because I wanted a sample at least.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll leave.
Okay, so do you have a survival skill? It doesn't matter. It's going to be a survival check. Because it's trapping an animal in quotation marks. So we're going to make it 3 reds again. That's what the other one was. We'll make it 3 reds. 3 red survival check. You pass it, you find yourself as many scorpions as you have successes. You'll totally ace this. Close, but no cigar. Another despair.
Hold on.
God damn it, there's not a whole lot I can do to you at this point.
To be fair, you kind of already penalized me, even though I said I didn't want this to come back on me. So.
Yeah, but 3 despairs. I mean, yeah, I feel like.
Yeah, but it should have hurt him. That was the goal, and it didn't.
Yeah. All right, I forget whose turn we were on. Oh, it's the last. It's the last enemy turn. The truck's gotta go. Okay. Fuck it. He's gonna try to shoot at you guys without shooting the shuttle. There's no way this goes badly. Okay. 4 threats. He definitely hits the shuttle. He also hits one of you. I didn't decide which one ahead of time. Who wants odds and who wants evens?
Odds.
Evens.
4.
Me.
So this gun does 10 damage.
This is gonna be fun. I'm glad I got this protector armor on.
He rolled threats, so he doesn't get auto fire. So
I have
you only
defense,
take
too.
10. He had how many successes? He had 3 successes, so it's 13 total.
Okay. Did you roll against my defense at all? That's why I bought that armor.
Oh, no. Sorry, I didn't realize you had defense. How many do you have?
That's just one.
Well, let me roll it. Hold on. He rolled a
Might
threat.
make all the world a difference.
He rolled a threat. So that makes it 5 threats. 3 successes, 5 threats.
Damn, I still took 11. Alright.
Alright. And that brings us back to the top of the round.
I'm gonna stim pack myself.
Okay.
And then
That's a maneuver. You're just kneel it in front of this tank. You're going to stem pack yourself.
yeah, because that hurts.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna get into the lambda.
Okay.
I have the key too, so can I use my pilot ability to just turn this motherfucker on? That
Sure.
giddy up ability.
I'm going to, on his turn, let this fleet trooper make an attack on you because you like to have to step into his space. Because remember, he's not dead.
No, but he was knocked on his ass. I hit him with a grenade.
He absolutely was, but he's not like cartoon thrown back because he didn't roll any advantage. Like, he's still there. I will totally let you do it. It's just he's going to get a free shot.
Alright, hopefully Waz gets him.
Yeah, so I'm about to say, unless Waz is there.
Yeah! Giddy up. That's not gonna work. I'm in the thing.
So I just watched Dex start running past a guy, and before he could pull the trigger, is he still laying down?
He's sitting. He's literally knocked on his ass.
Okay. Well, that's awesome because that is like soccer ball style kick. I'm going to hit him right underneath of his chin with my toe.
Okay. Melee check, 2 purple. He has 1 hit point left. He has a soak of 2 without his armor.
Still dodged my kick.
He's
I go
gonna-
triumph,
just
triumph,
shoot
triumph. Miss.
He's gonna shoot you in the nutsack, man. Oh no! All right, those were the first 2 players. First enemy round. Let's see if this guy can shoot you in the nutsack. Do you have a defense rating?
I have defense 1, and I'm going to dodge.
So that upgrades his check by 1.
Yep.
Okay. He's in melee range because you just kicked him, so he's using a pistol. Light range versus melee starts at 3 purple. Upgrade by 1 for adversary, upgrade by another for dodge. So that's 1 purple and 2 reds, plus a black for your armor. All that sounds right?
Yes, sir.
Let's see if his 3 green check does it. Nope.
I should teabag him to death.
Okay. That's really weird, but okay. Third player slot.
Alright, so these guys are looking at me, potentially shooting, but...
They're definitely shooting at you.
Okay, yeah, I basically just want to get around and towards the back end of this building. And what else can I do to help out with anything?
There's a pawn shop here with stuff in it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know if I want to go ahead and up.
That's meta as shit. He wouldn't tell you.
I did tell him there was a biohazard in here. Stay out. I did say that earlier. I just don't know if he was
Yeah.
paying attention.
He said biohazard.
I just wanted privacy while I enjoyed torturing this poor young man who took my. He tried to intimidate me.
So yeah, I'm just running all the way around this, and I would like to set another trap here. I highly doubt that they're going to follow it all the way, but
Okay.
this one's just going to be too...
You know, there's a hole on that side of the building. You can see into the building now.
I can see into the building.
Yeah, I Kool-Aid man right out that thing.
There's like half a stormtrooper folded in half inside of it. He's
Yeah.
unconscious in quotation marks.
And naked. He's not unconscious. He is naked.
Where'd you put his armor?
And he stacked it neatly on a shelf for the pawn shop owner.
Oh.
So it's got
so-
scorpions in the helmet now.
So there's no armor, there's no guns that I can pick up and try to disassemble to make...
Oh, that one there. That guy's not dead.
Yeah,
This guy right here's not
yeah.
dead.
If you want to search that guy's body, I can tell you exactly what he's carrying.
He's unconscious. Don't wake him up.
Yes, I will search this guy.
Okay, so you
Also,
take-
if I see you in the doorway, I'm going to tell you to be careful. Some of the scorpions got away.
so you took a maneuver to get over there. Give me a perception check to search his body, and then it'll be another maneuver to grab stuff. So you won't be able to set that trap this turn.
Yeah, that's fine. Perception difficulty.
1 per ball. It's stormtrooper armor. It's kind of obvious what he's got. Okay. On his person, I'm just going to give you the full list. He has a utility belt, an extra energy cell reload, the laminate stormtrooper armor, a vibro knife, 1 frag grenade, and a blaster rifle.
I definitely take that frag grenade, and you said the recharge.
Yep, he's got an extra. Well, he's got a weapon magazine for his rifle, basically.
Okay, I'll take that one as well to stand by for some more improvised explosions.
Okay. Now you were the third one, so these groups go. These guys are backing up. This guy is going to... He's not even going to try to stand, he's just going to shoot. Oh no, I already did his. He missed. He must have been group 1. That means these guys haven't gone yet. So they are going to chase, like, full athletics check chase Randall. Oh, no, I have to roll for something else. Yes! Okay. So, this guy and this guy go around this way. This guy's like, I'm going to cut him off, and decides to kick the door of the pawn shop in and go in the pawn shop. What does this stormtrooper see as he kicks open this door?
Well, I've been neatly stacking. I tried to catch some scorpions. It didn't work. I've neatly stacked 1 stormtrooper worth of armor on a shelf. The whole time this has been going on, I've been talking to the naked stormtrooper on the floor, telling him how he's going to be okay, he's going to live, he'll never forget today. He should not be an asshole to anyone, especially droids. The next time someone says you owe them money, you pay that shit right up. And then we're gonna make eye contact, and I'm going to tell him he owed me money.
Cool. He doesn't. He's a minion. He doesn't have enough points to actually shoot at you. So he's just gonna stare like slackjawed at the scenario he sees.
You don't want to owe me money.
Incidentally,
Ask him.
It
He
should-
doesn't owe me money now. He's a lot happier. I'm gonna walk up and punch that guy.
okay, I was about to say it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk up and punch him. I know how this is gonna go. Let's see.
I mean, I'd let you roll the coercion check if you wanted, but you'd probably fail it, and then he'd just try to shoot you.
Difficulty to punch him 2 purple.
Yes, sir.
I am going to. I'm gonna repulsor fist him because I haven't done that and I feel itchy about it.
Mhm.
That's 18 and a crit.
Okay, you want to use your 5 advantages for a crit?
I could crit and move if I wanted to.
It is incredibly unnecessary.
I would like to basically, as soon as he walks in the door, I say all that I said, and then I just run through him.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna peer out, however far I can get.
All right, roll that.
Roll what?
This.
Oh, okay.
As you are running out of the front, which you can pretty much get, like out to here. You step on one of those scorpions. So you can examine the bottom of your own boot if you need a sample.
I work.
But you can get all the way out to like this barrier if you want. Or you can get all the way up to the back of this vehicle if you want.
Yeah, I'll get. Can I get on the back of the vehicle?
Sure, I'll let you climb up on there. I mean, it's exploded, so it's not like intact or easy terrain to be up there.
The turret's not working anymore, right?
No. The turret works.
All right. Not going to be very useful with my 2 agility, but
Okay. Last enemy is the tank. Does this stormtrooper realize that someone has just jumped? The giant tank has just jumped on the back of his giant tank. That's a triumph, so that's a yes. Okay, so with that, he's going to try to bucking Bronco, get you off. I'm going to get you to give me either an athletics or a coordination. Athletics is really more appropriate.
that's the one I want to use.
So his skill, no, piloting isn't a skill of his. He can't use that. It's going to be 2 purples. Okay. For your 7 successes. Obviously, you're going nowhere. You are in this thing, and I feel like he's looking frantically back, and you just look at him going, no, that's not going to work.
I would like to ask him, with my 7 successes, to drop me off at the Lambda shuttle so I may leave this horrible place where people take your shit and don't give you the money they owe you. And I will offer him 5 credits. Like he's a taxi.
Okay, go ahead and roll a 3 purple coercion check. Or you can try negotiate if that's a better skill for you, but I bet they're all the same.
Idea.
Yeah.
Let's see. I
But
think
what-
coercion I have a point in.
Yeah, while you're
One-
figuring that out, we're gonna go to the top of the round. And
Can I get a boost for my 5 credits?
Sure. I feel like this guy's seen shit at this point, and if I were him, I just don't know that my heart would still be in this to begin with. Like,
Yeah, no chance. It was worth a shot. I would have given you 10 credits.
alrighty, top of the round. Randall's actually in a pretty bad scenario, despite the fact that the one who went in the shop is now, pulp.
I mean, some of him is not pulp. Some of it's still attached to the front of my torso.
Some of it's swarming with scorpions.
Some of it is swarming with scorpion. Don't go in there.
I wasn't planning on it.
This whole
You
town-
probably are too close to the building.
This
already.
whole town is going to be the Star Wars version of arachnophobia.
Yeah, you're probably too close to that already.
You're not going to try to kill that guy, Wes?
I'm going to back away, and once I get like 5 feet away, and actually on the ship, I'm going to shoot him with the thing I got in my hand, the blaster from the lady.
Okay. He's 1 purple light ranged. You literally need to do more than 3 damage, and you're good. So if you hit, you're good. How would you like to spend your very superfluous triumph?
Could I get immediately into a gunner station?
You could.
It's not very helpful.
You could. You could alternately bounce a bullet off of that guy and hit the guy's flame trooper pack.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Like say, hey, we're almost in. Start loading up. And the flamethrower guy starts backing up. Ka-kink.
Okay. I'm not going to detonate it this turn, but that's totally a thing that's happening. And the only person who sees it is Waz.
I'll tell the captain.
I believe the captain's turn is going to be I start this bitch.
Yeah, I did that last time, but yeah.
Okay, well, it might be I fly this bitch. You have, what is it, Let's Ride?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
right.
so you don't have to wait for the startup procedure. You just start up a vehicle when you use Let's Ride, right?
Correct.
Yeah. He flips all the switches and it's like, wait for boot up. And he's like, nope, fuck you. This button makes it work.
Yep.
Okay, Lambda shuttle starts.
Waz is in here.
Waz
But the
is in
door's
there with
still
you.
open?
He's saying something about a fuel tank leaking. The door is still open.
Can I come swoop and pick up Dr. Payne with the door open?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's pretty heroic. Let's try that.
Absolutely. Let's try a piloting check for that. So, an average is 2 purples, but you're doing it in combat. And you're trying to scoop him up without hurting him. So I'm going to make it 2 reds.
I didn't say that.
Oh, well, we can make it 1 red, 1 purple if you're okay with him taking damage.
I said scoop him up. I didn't say anything about it being comfy, okay?
Okay. Well, you roll 1 red, 1 purple, and we'll see if you impale Payne on the landing strut.
Perfect.
Because cartoon style, his little arms and feet like dangling behind like ribbons is still technically caught.
I know this is like every Lambda I've flown before, but I don't get a boost from flying it, so let's triumph instead.
Also despair.
Oh god.
You do it because you succeed.
Can the despair be that I just dive out of the way?
Oh, so I want to scoop you, but I can't because you've already dove out of the way.
Well, look. I don't want the despair to be that I get impaled on your ship.
That's not
Right.
what the despair is going to be. So Payne isn't going to be impaled on it because he succeeded. So that was the very first thing, 4 successes. That's success. So he does scoop you up.
Sitting in it.
I really want to know what you want to use your triumph for because that's going to affect what the despair is.
My goal this whole time was to keep the lambda.
Mm-hmm. So you want to not wreck the lambda.
Yeah, I don't want to wreck the lambda.
Okay. We're going to deal with it in just a second. We have enough time to do it too. I think we'll be fine. Okay.
That was my turn.
So you hit the tank at full speed. You do not wreck the lambda, but you do hear it like a badly scraping noise. Payne is thrown full force into the cargo bay like he was shot out of a cannon. And yeah, so that's what it was. You definitely took some damage, but the lambda's not destroyed. All right.
Best outcome.
Let's see. That was that top of the round? Where
Yep.
were we at? Okay.
Baddie 1 now.
All right, baddie 1 now. Let's see, who out of here is still alive? Oh, I gotta roll for that. Okay, so that flame pack explodes. So this guy and this guy erupt into a giant ball of flame. And that brings us to third player.
All right.
Randall, everybody else is on the ship.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep running and run towards the ship.
Let's not forget about the leapfrog, though.
Oh yeah, the leapfrog is elsewhere. I don't remember where specifically I landed it.
I thought you guys were just parking it in the starport in the town, like legit-wise, like paid parking, but I'm going to let you say that, you know these woods well enough that you know some landing spots out in the swamp.
Yeah, I'm gonna move my way towards the leapfrog. Or actually, no, I'm going for the lambda shuttle, and then we can come back for the leapfrog later.
Okay. So if you just want to, like, athletics your way into that, you can. But it's going to be probably a red and a purple, which I don't know if you're going to want to do.
No,
Like, it looks like it's going to be a significant athletic feat to get into this thing while it's moving at like 35 miles an hour.
Can
Did
we coordinate our 2 turns so that as we pass him by and he's running towards us, Payne can reach out and grab him?
If you guys still had turns this turn.
I still have a turn this turn.
Yeah, but you've been thrown up in the vehicle. You know what? I'll let you try it. We'll make it a combined check, and you guys can both. Yeah, you can do it that way. If you fail it, though, that's going to be bad for somebody.
I mean, fail is bad for him regardless. I'm just offering to help him.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to take that risk, you can go that way. You do have a kind of a bad situation now. Like, you had a really good one a couple turns ago, but now you got stormtroopers and droids, and your allies are in a vehicle and are,
And
I'm
just chilling, and I'm just chilling here on the field.
Yeah. Alternately, you could try an athletics score to just book it down the road. Like, you could try to just outrun these guys. There's woods.
Take it to a pond.
There's water over here.
Yeah, I like that idea. I'm gonna run towards the water and finally use my Moncal ability and swim.
Yeah, you can breathe underwater. I'll tell you what. Give me a 1 purple athletics check. Just because you do have to roll it, but I want to see.
You don't even need to put like a straw in the water.
He doesn't. He can breathe water.
Wow. 2 blanks.
Jeez.
God damn it.
That's
Okay.
why I was trying to help.
So you make it most of the way, and these rocks that the top of the waterfall comes out of are like raised, and climbing not as big of a skill of yours, but you've made it a pretty good distance. Like you did run your full distance, so that makes it 2 enemies go. These droids are still coming up here. The other problem that you have is you can't see that these droids have gotten up by your explodey tree. So, you better... Well, I don't know if there's any way you could do that now. These guys are going to pursue you. They do have an athletic score. There's only 2 of them now, though. Womp womp. Randall gets there, and this stormtrooper leader spear tackles his ass and like drives him to the ground, and like starts trying to put like handcuffs and shit on him. His threats. So, if Randall wants to do this, Randall, like when he spear tackles you, you grab the first thing in your hand that you get a grip on, and it's your frag grenade. And as he puts the cuffs on, your big flippy mitts are completely concealing this frag grenade. And you can hit the button and drop it if you want, or try to do something with it if you would like.
Yeah, I'll drop it, and there's gonna be a lot of praying that I'm not a completely fried fish after this, but yeah, I'll drop it and take my chances that I can land in a happy place in the water.
Flip a destiny token.
Yep.
So Ghost is bringing this shuttle around. Payne's gotten down on the ramp to try to do the scoop thing, so everyone gets a view of this thing as they see, oh no, they've got Randall, and then they see Randall drop a thing, and then just like try to like scrabble up to the top of this hill with his hands cuffed behind him. And then the explosion goes off and rips these guys in half, and he's thrown up over and goes over the edge.
Holy shit. Can we fly over there?
You absolutely can. There's still baddies left, but we can mostly consider ourselves out of combat time unless you guys try to go back. As you come over the top, Randall's in the water. Randall, you are in the water. Your hands are cuffed behind your back, so you can't swim properly, so you are kind of sinking in the water. But you can breathe underwater. So it's inconvenient more than life-threatening.
Where'd you park the leapfrog? Nah, I'll go get him.
I mean, it's going to be really hard to land there. He's going to have to swim at least a little bit.
Can I just can I tell grab Waz's wire off his arm and jump in and grab him?
Waz, you want to try to hold Payne up by your wire?
I don't want to try to hold Payne up by my wire. I will shoot the wire into Payne's chest and jump down.
I was going to say I'll grab Waz and grab the wire and toss Waz at Randall.
That seems like a much better plan.
Like a jet.
I feel him grab my wrist and like, hey, no, that's mine. And he says, oh, okay, and just throws me.
I'm going fishing.
It's as Waz goes down towards the water, and then splash. And okay, yeah. Just give me a 1 purple athletics to see if you can hold on to Randall while you're reeling yourself back in.
I'm helping him reel back in though.
Yeah, it's more about him holding on to, which he did.
He's slippery.
He is slippery. 5 advantage. How do you want to spend it?
Can I fish out of water?
So he's trying to pull me back in. I feel like I'm losing him. He knows where the thing is, right? So I'm gonna cut the line, and we're gonna float in the water, and over comms and say, "We'll just find the leapfrog and come up."
Okay. Alrighty. That's fine.
We'll leave them.
Yeah. You guys take off. They undo the cuffs, go downstream, pick up the leapfrog, and this is where things are going to get interesting, but actually, this couldn't have turned out better. Would you say you're leaving them? I'm assuming you're going to orbit. Yes?
Well, now that you said that, but yeah, no, I'd go to orbit.
Okay. Well, as you start going to orbit, you hit the button to close the ramp, and nothing happens.
Uh-oh. Payne, are you caught in that garage door?
Payne, all you hear is the loudest, like the motor is spinning, and nothing is happening. It is metal on metal, like a burnt out clutch.
Can I go close it?
It's not closable. It's a twisted piece of ramp-like metal that's jammed in an open position and needs to be repaired.
Do you have an oxygen tank on you, Captain?
I'm in a suit, I think.
Does it have the sealed quality? Although in reality, that's only one solution to this problem. It does not have the sealed quality, so it's not sealable.
I don't think my old ones did either.
The cockpit, however, is.
Oh, I'm in a sealed cockpit.
Yeah, you can. Well, it's sealable. There's a door that is meant to be space tight, which is why it's the best thing, because not everybody would have fit necessarily. Truthfully, you guys would have just made Payne stay outside. But
I'm sitting in the comfy chair now, though.
yeah, like he's up there. He's got to seal it, and that's like the main thing. Is like it was a pristine shuttle. But man, that's gonna have to, that ramp's gonna have to be fixed, or you aren't gonna be able to seal that bay.
I got a guy that.
I would like to look at the captain and be like, I got all my money and some back.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's
profitable. I made $7,500.
He says that as he's scraping something off the bottom of his foot and scraping it into a glass tube.
Yep.
Looked like a bug.
You remember those scorpions you got nicked with? You should be real happy that I took care of those. Not a pretty way to die. They apparently they inject some kind of a microorganism. I watched it pass through that guy, his entire body and into his brain, where it just started taking up the blood membrane in his brain. So the blood was just leaking out. Seemed like it was really painful. I show you the video because I totally forgot it. I filmed the whole thing.
Oh dear Lord!
Side by side, it's got the regular, the vision, then it's got some thermal images, and then it's got the X-ray images. They're a little blurry. My X-ray scanner's not as good as I would like, but yeah, you can see it passes through. And this is where I decided to not let him die and lost all the scorpions.
Huh.
I'm pretty sure I didn't bring any of them with me.
He fails to turn off the recording when he discovers that the scorpions are loose in the store, and you see that part too.
You're pretty busy, and terrifying.
Got my money though.
That's the thing.
That guy should have just given it to me like I asked when he shot my bounty. Ridiculous. I was just doing my job.
Is this gonna happen every time we go shopping?
I don't know. Are there assholes
You
everywhere?
picked up a Lambda shuttle for free.
And I got $7,500.
That'll fix the ramp. And I think we left Wes and Randall. Can they find the leapfrog?
Yeah, they absolutely
Super
can.
profitable day.
They're just walking around with the clicker. Beep, beep. It's not clicking back. Beep, beep.
You sure you parked it here?
Randall's like, yeah, I can breathe underwater. You just gotta, go under. And it's a swamp, so it's like that murky black shit.
Ooh.
I feel like when you surface, you're going to see a scorpion on the back of his jumpsuit, and you're going to want to take care of that real quick.
With fire. Got it.
Have you seen the scorpion and the frog, the fable? You don't want to be the frog in that.
Yeah, I didn't think of it fast enough, but what I really should have done with that second or that third despair was been like, oh, you want one of the scorpions? That's fine. One of them crawls into your armor and is now in you because you're a robot.
That's a win for me.
Right, everybody would have been happy with that because that fucker would have come out and stung somebody. But I didn't think of it fast enough.
You find 3 of them. Your giant hands smash them. Oh.
I have tiny hands. Do you remember?
Well, it's kind of what I did. I was like, well, I want to still have him have a sample, so I let him step on one. But, if I didn't, then every time he caught somebody, he's going to be like, okay, so I get the scorpion out. And I'll be like,
I just wanted to do it that one time. That guy was an asshole.
Yeah, he's a stormtrooper. What did you expect? He's a teenager on a power trip with a gun.
Not anymore. He has seen some things.
Yeah. He didn't live. Let's just be real.
He could have lived.
The only way that pawn shop, the only way that town survives is if they burn that pawn shop to the ground.
I did consider burning it.
Just 10 scorpions. Well, 9 scorpions. 8 scorpions.
9. Yeah, I didn't kill the first one. I put it back.
So, yeah. You guys had a shopping trip. You only killed 8 stormtroopers.
I got to use my explodey tree.
This guy survived too.
I feel like we're looking for the ship going.
He's gonna wake up and see his buddy naked in that shop, and he's gonna go in there to check on him.
Oh, I was about to say, you think that guy that was unconscious outside that shop isn't going to go in there?
Randall's using the clicker, and then he's like, "Oh man, the tree! Boom!"
Really, why are you naked?
Yes. That's exactly what happens. And what's worse is this guy's pulled over to the droids, and he's like, so it's me and these 2 droids, and we're the only ones left. He's like trying to figure out how to tell the droid, because the droid's like a really dumb animal. He's trying to tell it how to get into the back of the vehicle, and they're all around this tree. And Randall's like, why is this clicker not working? Oh, yeah. And then the tree explodes.
This guy lives. At least until he gets stung by the scorpions. Which he may or may not be carrying back to his base. Because it is sealed armor.
Yeah, I am at sealed armor.
Mm-hmm.
We got anything else?
If you guys are happy, I'm happy.
Yeah, I'm good. I tortured a guy.
You sure did.
During combat.
I'm gonna do the map for Jera next time, so you guys don't have to do it next time. Like it's a thing, but it will be ready on the next session. Also, I'm trying to do Traveler sometime next week, if I can fit everybody in, which is always the thing with Traveler because it's the off session. So like if you have to choose, choose Edge or D&D. But if you have an open spot, well, let's do some Traveler.
Oh, yeah. The 20th on Sunday, 21st is a holiday.
Oh, yeah. We could do a Monday Traveler session if people are down for that. I mean, it's like, what, President's Day?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have that day off, but we can try.
Come on, you can do it. We'll figure it out.
Yep, we'll try.
That or we'll do it late Sunday, which I don't have a problem with, but I don't know about everybody else. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. I had a great time.